Uncle Frank.
Fellas, how y'all doing today, man? Family, we got some very interesting stuff to talk about today, man. I'm talking about we got one of them topics, man. I haven't drunk nothing in a while. Man, this one of them topics, man. This gonna be a real story, real situation outside in the real world, man. And damn, man, I'm gonna need to drink some with this one. And we're gonna introduce ourselves. Uncle Frank, take off, long boy. Introduce yourself.
What's up, y'all? Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the show, man. Just want to say good to see everybody here again this week. I want to thank everybody out there that has subscribed, liked, interacted with our past videos. Uh, we appreciate it. We welcome all the positive feedback, negative feedback, advice, this, that, and the third. You know, we often OGs with a lot of wisdom, but we don't know it all. So we welcome y'all interaction each and every week.
Go ahead, OG Vent.
What's going on, fellas? OG Vent. Uh, man, y'all got to excuse me. I'm a little tired today. I got some projects going on with around the house. Been meeting with contractors all day, so I've been ripping and running, and just got a lot going on outside of working. But yeah, man, I'm really looking forward to tonight's conversation. Know we talked about it a little bit in and out earlier today, and I think it's gonna be a real good topic for everybody to tune in and listen to and get their input.
All right, and y'all know Mr. P, as always, coming through live and direct with the positivity, peaceful, patient, passionate, proud, faithful, powerful, Mr. P. And some key words for y'all today. Hey, Uncle Frank, where you go, man?
Man, I told you, man, this thing is so powerful today, man.
You gotta get a drink.
Man,
Oh,
I
well,
got,
since we
bro.
drink.
I'm talking about, bro. I'm gonna do me some Tito's today, man. Um, I got me some pineapple in this cup, man. Um, Louis, what you got over there, long boy? Long boy, I know you got some over there, man. What you playing with?
Man, you know I got my bourbon and I got this new beer, Carlos. Have you tried it out, bro?
Oh no, garage.
You ain't tried that one out yet?
I
Yeah,
haven't
man,
tried it
try
out.
it out. It's a light beer. Yeah, it's something new, fresh. So yeah, I'm sipping on this tonight, man. It's Thursday night.
I'm sitting on a little Knob Creek. That's little Knob Creek for the night, getting prepared for the weekend.
I'm still
I'm
on this
out for
red
school, Rick.
wine. Still,
You on that red wine?
red
School's
wine.
out,
Just a little red wine, smooth.
and not all that fruity stuff Uncle Frank got. Look at him.
Listen, man.
Yeah.
You be
Who
sleeping
who got
good.
who
You
got
be sleeping
who
good,
got
don't
some
you, OG
trees?
Quincy?
I need something else to go with this, man. I ain't gonna lie. I need
Well,
fellas.
Uncle Frank, tell her what. Well, last night I jumped on real quick and talked about the Rick Chow situation, and I don't know if Uncle Frank, if you kept up with me, OG Vince, and Miss Little, our dialogue back and forth, and this is in reference to that situation, right?
Mhm.
So I got on and spoke my piece. Shout out to those who listen to the podcast, and we had a offline debate going on. So I just want to get OG Vincent an opportunity to speak on that before we jump into what you're saying, which is related to that, or anyone who has a comment, because it's still a hot topic issue that's going on. As we know, Rick Chow found not guilty in the murder of 14-year-old. What's the man's name? Let me make sure I get his name right. Sirius Carmack Belton. Case happened from 2023, and he was found not guilty. And we debated, and I've been dropping videos about why I believe that he was found guilty. I'm not saying that he was justified. Never
Well, he was
saying
found
that.
he was found not
He was
guilty.
found not guilty, not guilty.
Yeah, not guilty. So I'm saying I'm not. I spoke spoke about this last night. I'm not saying what he did was justified, but I can clearly understand why the jury was impelled to find him not guilty because there was a reasonable doubt that was introduced, again, in my opinion, by the presence of the gun. So, that was the whole premise of what I was speaking on. And again, I made sure I put this on here because I don't know how many people agree to disagree with me. I was on there solo dolo, so I didn't have anybody to disagree. So I made sure I put this on there. The thoughts of the show last night was the thoughts of Mr. Mr. P alone, OG Vincent, Uncle Frank, Uncle Lou, OG Triple OG. They have different viewpoints and different views. So, if you have any feedback or comment on that, please direct that accordingly.
But
But OG, yes, go ahead, Uncle Frank.
I'm sorry, Vince. I don't know what you said, but I just want to make one quick comment, and then Vincent, you can take off. You guys know it's 5 of us, and there is one thing that all 5 of us have in common. Maybe just one thing, and that one thing is all 5 of us have sons. God damn. Paulos, Mr. P, man, I don't give a god dang on what my son do. You can't kill my son, bro. I got one. I ain't got one. I don't have no spares. You get what I'm saying? So if you kill my son, man, you just killed my legacy. So that as if me, I never existed. Like, hey man, you gotta give my son a pass because that shit gonna get bad for you. I promise you. That shit is gonna get
Uncle
bad
Frank,
for you.
Interestingly, that was his defense. That was Rick Chow's defense, that he was protecting his son.
Yeah, it might have been, but goddamn it, you won't protect him for long. That's gonna goddamn God.
That was his defense, that he was protecting his son, because he, according to him, he saw the young man pointing the gun at his son, and that's what impelled him to fire.
After
So
your
that
son,
was his whole defense.
yes, sir.
That was his whole defense. That
Okay,
the gun was there.
OG, take off, man. Talk about it, cause I want to hear what you guys had to
All
say.
right. All right. So I have 2 sons, and I had my sons young in my 20s. Um, Coming up, y'all all know I'm a gun advocate. I keep them, I buy them. So I taught my sons about firearms while they were early. They were, early in age, young. Um, Went out on the back porch and in the backyard when I felt like they were old enough. I put, my son to my chest and had the firearm, told them what it was, showed them safety, and when we got through, the talking points, I, held it with their hands and fired it. Taught them that this is a weapon. It's only made to end life, nothing else. It's not meant to scare people. It's not a prop. It's not part of your wardrobe or anything like that. It's strictly designed to end life. There's nothing ever to play with. I never had to worry about my sons playing around with a gun because I instilled that fear in them, first of all, and talk to them about the responsibility to come along with it. They, taught them, the friends they hung around, they never had any people around them that tried to play with guns or carried guns, just your upbringing. Not to say that I don't know and I can't say for certain that they never had one when I wasn't around. Or they never held one. I've ever been around another friend that had one, but if they ever were, they were responsible enough to know what to do. Um, and regardless of the fact, the young 14-year-old had a firearm on. Uh, Unlawful possession of a firearm. Okay. So at the from the video I saw, from the testimony I heard, and the prosecution blew the case, in my opinion. The charge was inadequate. They were never going to prove it because you had too many things stacked against you, and they didn't leave it to the point where it was a follow-up charge, just in case they couldn't get that murder conviction. Manslaughter should have actually been in there somewhere. It's almost like we talked about, like if you charge somebody with premeditated murder, you have to be able to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that the person planned to kill this person, mapped it out, acted on the plan, executed the plan. I don't think there's no way they were going to ever prove anything like that to get a murder conviction. The young man never stole anything out the store. The biggest part of the argument that I heard was the defense was trying to say that the young man pointed the gun at the son, and the father was defending his son. The son was on the stand at one point and admitted that he'd never pointed the gun. Admitted that he never pointed it at his father. They chased him out of the store over 130 yards. The only time they saw the gun was when the young man fell, gun exposed. They shot him in the back. Keep that part in mind. I think the prosecution just blew the case. Now I get what Paulo's saying because of they was able to put a little bit of doubt in the jury's head about the murder charge, but you got to stay focused on the conviction.
Can
I
I ask
think
you
the
guys?
prosecution just blew that case.
I want to ask you a question right quick, and because you guys are from Atlanta, like I'm from Atlanta. Do you guys remember when they had the Ray Lewis murder case in Atlanta?
Mm-hmm.
Um, Ray Lewis didn't kill the man. Ray Lewis was just with the people that did kill the man. And they charged Ray Lewis with the murder too because he was there. How did the son not get charged when they charged the dad? How did that happen?
It's a lot to that case that I do not understand. It
Do y'all kind
almost,
of understand? Do
yeah,
y'all kind of
yeah,
understand what I'm saying?
yeah. There were
I'm
no charges.
confused.
There were no charges on the son.
Period.
From the way I grew up and learned a lot, like the young man never presented a threat. And then when he left the store, he's fleeing. At some point, when you're following somebody or chasing somebody, like it's stalking comes into play.
Yeah.
Um, it's a whole bunch of things that I just saw wrong that the prosecution did not present.
And I got one more question, Vince. Just one
Well,
more.
yeah, let me respond to you, Uncle Frank, real quick. And I'm not a
Okay.
lawyer, so I'm not pretending to be one. But
Okay.
what I think the reason why that they did not charge the son is because chasing the kid outside of the store was not necessarily a criminal act. So
But when the
simply
gun,
chasing, right, but that's what I'm saying. That's not a criminal act. The difference is with Ray Lewis is Ray Lewis was involved in the altercation, and you know because he was involved in the altercation, and that in itself, I guess, could be considered criminal. That resulted in the death of two people. It probably was easier for them to include him as an accessory versus the father. They did do a good job, and the defense said was separating the actions of the father versus the actions of the son. And I think that was intentionally apart. So, like you said, so that the son could
so
not be charged.
so what you saying is my son can chase a motherfucker down the street and then I shoot him and they're not gonna charge my son with the crime too?
Well, not it depends on the circumstance.
Okay.
Chasing someone down the street is not necessarily illegal. If the son had tackled him or held him so that you could shoot him, maybe,
Okay.
But again, I'm
Okay.
not a lawyer,
But
but I'm just
so
using,
if you chasing me, right? If you chasing me, don't that turn self-defense into me? I got the right to defend myself if you chasing me, right?
yeah. If the kid depends on the
At some
situation, yeah.
point, at some point, you should have become the aggressor, or the
Yeah,
chaser should have become the aggressor.
become the aggressor
Well,
because
I
you
don't.
chasing me. I'm not chasing you.
let me tell you what they argue that reasonable force has to be equal to protection. Like you can use stand your ground or self defense or whatever. The force has to be reasonable. So, like the father couldn't have shot the kid without him thinking that the gun was there, right? So like, if I throw a brick at you, you can throw a brick back
No,
at
no,
me.
no, no,
But
no.
no,
You're a
I'm
little
just
bit
saying.
off. Yeah, but
No, that
they were able to get the jury to believe that at some point the boy did threaten them and point the gun,
right, but
not
that's
the
what I'm
fact that he
saying.
just had it on.
No, but what I'm saying is the father's level of force has to be equal or lesser than to the force that he projects thought was
Yeah,
having to the
yeah.
son. Right.
Or
So
the
with the
threat,
presence of the
the
right,
threat that
that's
he
what I'm
could.
saying. So the presence of that gun makes him use of his gun reasonable force.
Okay, next.
Um,
Okay,
go ahead.
see, I thank you for jumping in. That's why I'm finna say this to you because I'm waiting on you to get to this point so that it can open this door right here for me.
Mm-hmm.
Um, all of us are middle age. I got a grandson, 12 years old, right? If he take off running and he got us by 40 yards, which one of y'all think y'all could catch him? We talking about a kid. Which one of y'all think y'all can
Yeah,
catch my grandson that's 40 yards in front of y'all? I don't think
no,
Mr. Chow shot him. I think his son shot him.
Oh.
Because ain't no way in the
You
world a
know what?
60-year-old man. Listen to what I'm telling y'all
what,
now. Don't
Okay.
y'all can
Hold
take it
on,
however
hold
you
on,
want
hold
to.
on, Frank.
Just
Let me
listen
put
to
let
what
me
I'm
put
gonna
this
say
up.
to you.
Let me put this up here. Go ahead.
Okay, but just listen to what I'm saying to you guys for a minute. We talking about a 14-year-old kid that weighs about maybe 135, 140. Did y'all see in the video where he first took off running?
yep,
Did you see how fucking fast that kid was moving?
yep.
And you telling me that we think a 60-year-old man could run this kid down and shoot him in the back? Did y'all see how fast his son was moving when he was chasing the kid? The son
Yeah.
took off like he was a fucking track star. There is no way in the world a 60-year-old man could run down a 14-year-old that already got him by 40 yards. He would have never caught him. He would have been so tired when he got there, he wouldn't even been able to shoot straight.
Well,
And again, next
yeah.
question, next question.
But see that Frank, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm with you. It was too much to me that could have happened, and the prosecution, I think they just did a terrible job. I
And
think they
then
destroyed the case.
and the next thing, Vincent, if my son is chasing Maisie Young, my grandson, and then I come up and I shoot Maisie Young in the back, where in the fuck is my son standing at? Wouldn't my son be standing in front of him? How is it that my son is standing over here and the kid take off and I shoot him in the back? How did if the kid pulled the gun on my son, they had to be face to face. And then if I decide to shoot, I would have had to shoot through my son to hit him as he running away. How in the fuck did that happen like that?
Too many factors. We don't know the scene, the layout.
I'm telling you,
Terrain. Yeah, yeah.
the
The whole
case fell
terrain.
apart with the charge.
It's
The
a
case
lot,
fell
Frank.
apart with the
So
charge
I don't
alone.
know. It's a lot. It's a lot. Triple OG, what's up? Welcome. Long time no see.
What's going on, folks? What's going on, fam?
Hey, Triple OG, I'm
What's
gonna need you to
happening?
go
What's
get
happening?
your. I'm gonna need you to go
Yeah, you
get you a
sound a little hoarse.
strong drink.
Yeah, you sound a little hoarse. What you been
See,
eating?
I'm a with that case. I gotta
Hey, hey,
try to choose
go
my
ahead, man.
words wisely, because one of my biggest things, man, raising my sons is that two black males. The odds of me raising them to productive, successful citizens is against me. Both of them. It's against me. Like statistically, one of them should be either dead or in prison. If you pay attention to statistics. So that's
I
something that
disagree.
I was always afraid of.
But I
I was
disagree because
always
you
afraid of.
you are the factor that changes those statistics. You now them alone, yes. maybe. Not to knock
Yeah,
single
that's
parents or
true.
single
That's
mothers.
true. That's
You see what
true.
I'm saying?
But that was that's part of a burden on me. But there are a lot of young men out here, black men, that I feel like the parents have done the best that they could, and they went in the right direction. You can't always prevent a child just from going left. You can't. You
No.
can't. They're their own individual. They have their own personality. They're gonna be who they're gonna be.
No.
You can do your part to a
Okay,
certain extent, but you can only hold their hand so far. Then you gotta let them go.
But
They're gonna make
yeah,
their own mistakes in
but
life.
I get it. But at 14, somebody let their hand go a long time. Not again, we're not here to the victim blame or
Yeah,
anything like
not
that.
necessarily. Not
No,
necessarily.
no, no. But what I'm saying is, for a 14-year-old, again, my 14-year, I'm gonna use my 14-year-old. My 14-year-old was still, he wasn't childlike, but he was still a young man and involved in adolescent things. He
Hmm.
wasn't walking around here with book bags or with weapons, or weaponry wasn't even in his mindset to carry a weapon. You see what I'm saying? Because again, like most of us, I doubt any of our kids around 14 felt the need that they had to walk around to protect themselves with a weapon. I
But
mean, I may be wrong, but that's what I'm saying, Frank.
but
All of our
Paulos,
sons, all
Paulos.
of our sons. I'm
Okay,
just
you
saying, all
talk.
of our
Okay,
sons.
I
we
can't
gonna
agree with that.
yeah. We
I
gonna
can't agree
use
with
No,
that.
you said
this.
you can't agree with your son felt
I
like he needed to
cannot.
walk around.
I can't say he felt like he need, but like I say, you can give all the teachings in the world. Because the reason
No,
I
you
say this,
listen
hold
to the
on, Paulo.
question, Vince.
Wait. Listen. The reason I say that is because I'm using my own real life experience.
Yeah,
I can honestly tell you, my mother never knew I had a firearm on me at a basketball court when I was 14, 15 years old.
Me too,
I
Vince.
never thought
I'm
I
That,
would
not
have
talking
that
ever
about
done
y'all.
anything.
I'm not talking about you.
Hold on.
I said your
Paulo, no,
son.
listen to the example. My
uh,
mother still raised me. My mother was military. My mother did an excellent job. My mother taught me the right thing. She didn't let me like hang with certain people or try to prevent it as best she could. It was nothing in there that would have caused or her lack of caused me to do something like that.
but see, Paulo, this
But
what
I
Let me
you
did.
hold on.
did.
Let me respond to that real, Frank, before you go in there. Vince, we've had this conversation. We've all had this conversation, Frank. There's a difference when your mother, and there's a difference with your father. You as a man, as a man, you know that men wear violence with us. We carry violence with us everywhere we go.
Yeah.
So you as a father did not raise your son or prepare your sons the same way your mother would have prepared you, simply because she would not have known, because she's not a man. So
No, but
you
see,
that
yeah,
but how I'm saying,
go ahead,
she's
go ahead.
not, Vincent. She's not a man.
No, she's not. But I had
Right.
man figures
It
around me.
doesn't matter. No, I'm not talking about man figures. I'm saying the difference between you and your mother when you're raising. She couldn't have done it the way you did it, Vincent, because she's a mother. She's a woman, and you're a
You're
man.
Okay,
100% correct. You're
okay.
Right.
100%
So
correct in
so
that fact.
so my point is, with your sons, you understood that if I don't get and stay involved in my son's lives and give them prepared to let them know, I know that violence is right here every second of the day. And if I don't get them prepared for this or keep my eye on and keep them close to me, they can get lost to violence at any second.
So, Paulo,
Paulos,
what about me then?
my
What? How you gonna
I'm
how you
talking
gonna
about
just?
your son.
No, no,
I ain't
no,
saying
no.
you,
I
your
know,
son.
but no. I had a father. Y'all
Was
know
was
my
he
dad, and
okay? But was the
okay,
relationship the same as if the
yeah,
difference? He
yes,
wasn't in
but
your house, Frank. We already talked
okay.
about it, right?
Let me finish.
Yeah.
Let me explain this to you. My dad left at a certain age,
Mm-hmm.
but with the age that he decided to separate, me and my brother was already off on to the bullshit by then, Paulos. By that time, see, Vince, it's okay for Paulos to sing this scenario because the environment that he grew up in, his environment protected him in a way that it bullified everybody else. You
Did he
understand what I'm
protect
saying?
me?
Yeah,
Did he
yes,
protect
it
me?
did. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. See, you didn't, Paulo, you didn't have 15 motherfuckers trying to jump on you at one time. You never experienced that kind of shit. So when I was 14 years old, I got to Harper in 8th grade. And in 8th grade, I seen my brother get to fighting day one. I'm in 8th grade with a whole busload of people. I'm in the 8th fucking grade. I'm 13 years old. At the time, my brother's 15 years old. And that shit traumatized me. It traumatized me to the point that by the time my brother got 15, he stopped going to school because he would fight every day at that motherfucker. Every day he would fight. And he didn't go to school, but he would pick me up from school every day. And every day my brother picked me up from school, he was prepared to shoot whoever got off one of them goddamn buses that y'all was on. And he wasn't giving a fuck if it was a girl, the school bus driver. He didn't give a fuck who got off that bus. He was going to shoot whoever the fuck got off of that bus. There are things that happen to you when you're young that traumatize you, that will make you go into a violent rage and a violent state. I'm not saying that that young man encountered none of that kind of shit, but those 7 bullets that was in that goddamn 32, they were equalizers to trying to fight 15 people and nobody's there to help you. So
Let me ask you a
it
question.
go ahead.
Okay, where was your father at this time?
He was at work. He worked at Cleveland Electric on Fulton Industrial, right
Right,
behind goddamn
right,
Wendy's.
right. So instead of y'all, why didn't you go to your father?
And tell him what.
15 motherfucker trying to jump me.
And you see, my dad is a country dude, Paulos. He a country dude. He not the dude that you can run to and say, hey, somebody just whooped my ass. He gonna want to know what you telling me for. What
And
you
what
want
you
me to
gonna
do
do
about it?
about it?
Yeah, what you want me to do about it? You want me to go
But
fight a 15-year-old?
he not expecting you to go get a weapon.
He don't give a
You
fuck. Paulos, listen to me, man. Listen to me.
You better make it stop.
Everybody is
nah,
raised
bro.
differently. Everybody is raised differently.
All those, yeah.
So, Paulos,
They they are.
when you was out there, who stopped them 15? Who got it up on that bus and told them 40 something heathens not to jump on one person when y'all get to school today? Who told them not to do that? Did
If you
anybody ever get
exaggerating,
on y'all? Did anybody ever get on y'all bus and tell y'all don't go terrorize your people?
no, because we weren't terrorizing our people.
What?
We weren't.
Carlos, you just see, you just never had the
You
encounter. I wasn't.
no, no.
Hold on.
I
Vincent, do
have
you
the encounter,
understand what I'm
Vincent.
saying, Vincent? Vincent, you understand me,
Yeah,
don't you?
Vincent,
See, this
absolutely,
shit,
because
made it.
I've lived that.
yeah,
Y'all
see,
made
he
it the
ain't lived that shit,
boogeyman.
so he's just talking.
Frank, let me explain something to y'all. Let me explain something to y'all. 95% of people out there in Bankhead Court was non-violent. 95%.
Who
95% of
told you
people.
that lie, Paulo?
I'm telling you.
We not talking about the old women that didn't go to
No,
school.
listen to me. Listen to me. I'm saying you
Paulo,
95%.
name me 10 motherfuckers you know that didn't touch nobody while you was there. 10.
Uh, Jermaine, Philando, Brandon, Debo,
Who are
Anthony
these folks?
White,
Anthony
Carson, a whole
White.
bunch of
Every
them.
Is he
10,
high?
for every 10
Anthony
that you
White
name,
never
you probably
started
can turn
nothing.
around and name
Hold
20
up,
that
hold
did.
up.
No,
Hold
no,
up. And
Paulos?
that's why Anthony White, because
no.
he played
Anthony,
football.
you know how many people
Hello?
Anthony
Wait, hold
White
on. What
stopped
you
from
say,
getting?
Tori? What you
You
say,
know how many
Listen,
Tori?
people Anthony White stopped from getting their ass whooped? Plenty of them.
he played
Anthony White wasn't on
football.
that time.
He played football, so he was neutral. Nobody messed with Anthony White. He played football.
But that's what I'm saying. He
Hey,
told me to
now,
name people.
now, can you
But
can
I'm
I
saying,
you want me to goddamn God bless the dead. You want me to tell you where you lying right there at?
why am
You
I lying?
lying
I've
at the
seen it.
goddamn truck. At the
I've seen.
motherfucking truck. I seen it at the truck. Your ass was on the bus going home. I
Bro,
seen it.
I live with these people every
Hey,
day.
Vincent,
These
Vincent.
people
Oh, Paulo. But hold on, let me say something. Paulo, you didn't have to go to school in fear if you stepped on somebody's shoe. You got to fight 15 motherfuckers.
wasn't nobody gonna fight you for stepping on their shoe, Tori. Now
What?
you're exaggerating.
Hold on.
What?
Y'all are making a boogeyman bigger than what it was.
Paulo,
y'all seen about 3
Paulo,
niggas get their ass whooped, and that was
Paulo,
enough to make y'all
Yeah,
afraid.
Paulo.
it's easy for somebody to say that when you was brother to the boogeyman or you live near you the boogeyman friend.
Exactly.
Like, bro, come on,
You think
stop
I
Exactly.
didn't?
that,
You
Paulo.
think I
Hey,
didn't fight out
Paulo,
there? You think
Paulo,
I didn't have to fight? We fought.
Paulo. Can I tell
We
you?
fought in Bankhead. We fought each
Bro,
other. What are you talking about?
can I tell you? Let me tell you how real this
Although
is.
your life is
I'm,
totally different from what we had to go through.
but
Because
Paulo's.
y'all made it bigger than it was.
No, I didn't. No, it didn't. Let me explain
Hey,
something.
hold on, Frank. So you said, hold on. You telling me Plainville, Adderville ain't never whooped nobody?
No.
Yeah,
Can
I
You're a
I?
said we ain't
Let,
saying
damn
that.
lie.
let
You're
me
a
We're not
finish.
saying. Well,
damn
I'm not
lie.
saying
So
we're not saying that.
that's
Let me
what I'm
finish
saying.
though.
Frank said no.
But
Frank said
Paulo,
no.
see,
Come
this
on,
the
Frank.
thing. You don't want me to finish. Let me finish.
Yeah.
Give me a
Go
second.
ahead.
Let me finish. 1
Go
second. Let
ahead.
me finish. Right now, Paulos, we are at our midlife, and we have been out of high school over 30 years, right? Over 30 years.
34 to be exact.
Okay. Don't you know I hold resentment 34 years later against every motherfucker that got off them buses right now? At 34 years later, the shit was so traumatic that if I can't even be in the room with none of them people 34 fucking years later, because if they say anything crazy, death is the goddamn on the table.
I
From childhood, Vincent, do you hear what I'm telling you? I'm
I'm finna
talking
This the
about
debunk
some
thing.
that
This
shit.
the
shit
thing.
from
This the thing.
childhood.
I really don't
Listen, hold on,
understand
hold on.
how Bankhead's reputation preceded them to this
Let,
day and it's gone. I don't
let
even
me
understand how you can make those comments, Paulo.
let me respond to Uncle Frank. Uncle Frank.
Don't never put us in the room together, Paulos.
Okay,
I'm telling you this
Uncle
shit
Frank.
right
Let me
now.
let
Do
me
not never,
let me put
never put us in the room together. I'm telling you
you
this
in the
shit
room with
in the
people
game.
from Bankhead all the time. You in the
Never.
room with me all the time.
You're the exception to the rule. You don't put me in the room with
All
Jermaine,
right.
goddammit. Me and
Why?
Jermaine ain't never been in the same room.
Uncle Frank. Wait.
I'm
I'm
just
gonna
saying
say
that,
one
that
thing.
that's not
Wait, let me listen. Wait,
wait.
Uncle Frank.
We're getting off
Let,
topic. We're getting off topic,
no,
fellas. We're
hold
really getting
on.
off
I know
topic.
we all Frank, but this is a good point. Let me talk to Uncle Frank real quick. Uncle Frank, what would you say
Oh
to
boy.
Mike?
Who?
Mike.
What you mean?
Ain't that one of your best friends?
Me and Mike was on a basketball team together.
Right. That's what I'm saying. What would you say to Mike?
But you know what, Paulos? If there was a line was in the sand, Mike would not take my side for shit. Do you
I didn't
understand
ask
what I'm
you. I
telling you?
didn't ask you that. I
Vincent,
said,
do you
what would
hear
you
what I'm
say to?
telling you?
I
See,
said, what
I'm
would you
a
say to Mike?
realist. No. I'm a realist. I'm a
What would you
realist.
say to
Y'all
Mike?
way off topic, man. Y'all way off topic.
I didn't put no faith in Mike. Absolutely not. Hollywood was Mike brother. I didn't put
And
no
then,
faith in him.
okay, then Uncle Frank. Then why you
Yes,
was in Bankhead then?
my family lived out there. And you know what that did for me? Not a goddamn thing.
That's what I'm saying.
That
What
did
were you
nothing for me.
saying? His family
Oh,
lived out there. Okay,
we getting off topic now, y'all.
I know,
Yeah,
but
we
I'm just
way
saying.
off topic.
Shout
We
out
way
to
off topic. You're
Bankhead.
not proving no kind of point.
in a different.
No,
No, my,
the whole point is that
Yeah.
you can be raised and have the perfect parents
Yes,
or as close to perfect as possible. That will not dictate your child's decisions
they
because you
can't
cannot
they
make the
can't
decision
protect you.
for them.
I
They
Once
can't
they're
protect
disagree.
you.
out of
I
your presence, they're
disagree.
out of your presence.
I disagree because you know why? Because I see five examples right in front of me, and again, I will argue, Frank. OG Vince, you on some bullshit. Pardon my French. No way in the hell would your 14-year-old son, the way you raise your boys, be walking around. I ain't say what could have did, what they did do, what all y'all sons
Listen.
did. None of y'all sons did that.
No, I don't think.
None
I
of them.
think you're right, Paulo. Paulo,
I'm
you're
gonna
right.
tell you
I ain't saying you're not
my
right.
no wait. Hold on. My struggle, and I wish he was here. He left and went back. My youngest son was a violent a violent kid. Would fight at the drop of a dime. He didn't bother nobody. Don't get me wrong. But if you did something to him, I promise you're gonna pay the price. You had to show him. Like he was not that type. So it was very easy for if something traumatic had to happen like it happened to me or what Frank said, I experienced something similar to Frank when I was at Hightower train station, when the starter coats and all that, a group of guys decided they thought they were gonna try to rob me.
Same thing happened to
It
me.
just didn't go the way they play. Wait, it just didn't go the way they planned. From that very moment on, Paulos, I carried weapons. Because I would never be caught like that again by myself because I rode the bus by myself from one side of town to the other side of town. So I was vulnerable. I wasn't ready, but somebody got to walk away. Somebody got to tell the story. So you wound up in those type of positions, and it will build a character. If that young man, back to the topic, if the young man was on some kind of demon time, they never would have had to chase him out the store. He would have
He
popped
would have
their
been
ass in the
busted.
store.
Now
He
you
would have
speculate.
went full flat
It
old
doesn't.
dog
He
in
he
the
Come
store.
on, man.
he was on sometime because he was on something. Again, we're not here blaming the victim or none of that. But I'm just saying
We have no idea why he had the weapon. We don't know,
it
so we
doesn't
don't
matter.
speculate on it.
It doesn't
It don't. You
matter. The
cannot
fact
speculate.
I'm not speculating
The
on
fact.
anything other than the
Stick to
fact
the.
that the
Okay.
weapon was there, Vincent, and it changes.
It don't.
You
Okay.
and I know it changes
Carlos,
everything.
I walk around. I walk around with a weapon all the time. If I'm not at
Listen,
work,
you're 50 years
I
old.
always have. It
You're
don't
50 years
matter.
old. It
You
does
just said
matter.
you already. It
Do
don't matter.
y'all
So why
mind
does
if
it
I get
matter now?
another drink? Y'all mind if I get
Uncle
another
Frank
drink?
over there drinking like a
Go
motherfucker.
ahead.
Oh, gee,
Uncle
Vince, you
Frank
tell
over
me
there
the
drinking like a motherfucker.
you telling me the difference
Hey,
between a
look.
14-year-old carrying a gun and a 50-year-old man carrying a gun is no different? There's a difference. There's
Hey,
a temperament.
hey,
There's
let me jump
maturity.
in.
There's a
Let me
whole
jump in
bunch of
real
stuff.
quick.
Yeah.
Those are factors
Let me
that
jump
come
in
into
real quick.
play. His maturity level and those type of things come into play. But Paulos, the
There's a
fact that
difference.
he had a weapon does not justify the action. I don't care.
I'm not
Just because he
justifying no
had a weapon,
action.
it's
I'm
almost
not.
as if you're saying because he had a weapon, he deserved what happened to him.
I didn't say any of that. That's what you interjecting that. All I said
No,
to you is it changes the dynamics of everything. Go ahead, Uncle Lou. Go ahead, Uncle Lou.
All right, cool. Look, listen. So I know it was that other video because we kind of like turned into that other video about the young man being successful. Uh, the young lady, the single mother, taking credit if the child, make it to the NFL or NBA or whatever.
True.
They
Yeah.
take the credit, and if the person fail, go to prison or whatever,
yeah,
does
she
the
takes no
same
credit.
single mother take the? All right, cool. But listen, guys, we've had many podcast conversations about like with the TikTok prank of the kids kicking in the doors and stuff like that. And I cannot right now, so y'all gonna have to speak for yourselves on which one of y'all said y'all was gonna shoot through the door. All right. Or shoot if the person not kick the door in, but they take off running, if you're gonna still retaliate. So my question is this 14-year-old had a semi-automatic weapon. If there was the same young man that attempted to kick in your door or did kick in your door or attempted to rob you or rob your loved one, what would you have done? What would you have done?
Carlos.
I'm asking the panel.
But see, you kind of, I can't that you putting in the scenario. You're putting the young man like in a scenario that's didn't happen.
Because again, so OG
Do you
Vince,
understand though? Do you understand in this case they never
14
brought
years
up
old,
any of? Did anybody hear any past record of this young man doing anything violent, wrong, fights, anything like that?
nope.
But hold up,
They
man.
didn't bring that up. I didn't hear it.
Wait a minute. Let me
But
just
why did he
make a
have
point.
that gun? Okay.
Okay,
I mean,
that we will never know that. We will never know the answer to that question.
But we're right. You're right
Which
about
question?
that. But hold on, I agree.
But see,
Which question?
if they were able to, if the defense was able to bring up something about this young man past to validate he had a criminal past, a violent past, or something of that nature, the way he had the gun, that would have helped out Mr. Child, whatever. But hold on now, they did prove that Mr. Child has done shot 2 other people in his store for misdemeanor offenses.
True.
None of that matters.
Mr. Child was violent. Mr. Child was very violent.
Yeah, none of us.
None of that matters.
Yes, it does. Paulo, behavior is established a pattern of behavior.
Yeah, Vincent, I can say you. I agree with you on the path number
None
8.
of us.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Tori. But
No,
I'm gonna ask y'all something.
but I'm in
None of
agreement.
us has been in the game. Has any of us been in the game before? I've never been in the game. All right,
Nope.
never been
No.
in the game.
I have.
All right, we all know that in order to get in the game, you got to prove yourself, right? That's one of the things that we hear, we see on videos, we see in the movies. You got to prove yourself. How do we know? How do we not know that this was one of the times where this young 14-year-old had to prove himself? Maybe he froze up.
Speculation.
Maybe
We
he
talking
was
about this
sent
case
inside.
now. You
I
can
know. You're right. It is speculation. I'm just saying. First and foremost, why does he have a semi-automatic weapon? Why did he go in the store by himself? And why did he run? Did he freeze up? Was he sent in there on a mission and he froze up? He just couldn't go through, and he ran.
speculation. You can speculate all kind of different things to make him be the villain.
Okay,
But we got to stick with the facts. The facts of the case. You got to stick with the facts that were presented. We can speculate all day long.
but hold up, man. It's always about the spy. I'm with Paulos and Lewis. When he with a 14-year-old carrying the gun anyway, that just send bad vibes anyway. Put the sign up there, Paulos. I'm gonna go in Tory fashion.
Speculation, fellas. Speculation.
But what I'm gonna say like this: y'all all got daughters, and your daughter and just say your 14-year-old daughter finna go on a date with a young man. He comes to your house. When he sit on your couch and that condom fall out his pocket, what you thinking he plan on doing? Will he just carrying that condom just for the hell of it, or you just say it just so happen to be in his pocket? He playing the
Trying to
fuck.
use it.
Okay,
He's trying to use it.
hold on. See, you speaking from a person. You don't have no daughters, Tori.
But
It doesn't matter. He still the scenario works.
Hold on. I'm gonna make a point that show you don't know what you're talking about. Frank, at what age did you start giving your daughters condoms? And they carried them around with them?
Shit, I think Deborah gave them to him at 16.
Listen,
16.
it don't matter the fact he can.
That's not the point. Right.
Yes, it is the point. The point is
your house. If he come to your house and he taking your daughter out and the condom fall out his pocket, you think
He plan on using
so
it.
if your daughter got the condom, she ain't planning on using.
Yes. But I'm just saying if that young man come to your house and that condom fall out his pocket and he going on a date, you're gonna be like, oh, it's okay. He not finna fuck my daughter.
I walk in the store. Wait, no. 14-year-olds or 15-year, 20 years old, 50 years. I walk in the store with a gun. I'm finna rob it.
Not the same. You keep trying to put the scenario. It's not the same.
No, it's not a scenario. I'm presenting a fact. Y'all want
boy.
No, you presented.
Wait. Okay, no, fact. The young man had a firearm. That's a fact, right? The young man had a firearm on him, right? Hold on. I'm asking. The young man had a firearm. Fact, right?
Among other things, right?
He walked to the. We saw him get whooped. We saw it. 14 years old. I agree. He had a firearm. He walked to the cooler. He got water out, right?
Stop there.
Lady said something to me.
Stop there.
Hold on.
Wait. No. Stop there.
I can't make my point, Paulos. What you doing?
You gonna make your point because you're leaving out stuff. You leaving out pertinent information intentionally. He walked into the store. He had an empty book bag. He didn't have any money. He had a firearm. Go. Make your point.
Okay. Go back to the book bag. The lady in the store told him to put his book bag down over there by the counter. He goes and put his book bag down, right? Fact. Did he not?
Okay.
So he's following instructions from the store owner. He goes to the cooler. He gets the water. He gets some water. He puts it back. We see this on video. Fact. He's walking back up. They tell him, empty your pockets. He had on a hoodie with pockets. He shakes his hoodie. He said, I don't have nothing in my hoodie. We see that. Right? Fact. Some words exchange. He walks out of the store. He looks back. You see something. Then next thing you know, he takes off running. That's when you see the son and the dad come out. He never took nothing. He never pulled out a firearm in the store. There was no need for a chase.
Vincent, did he have money?
Don't know. We don't know.
No, he did not. He didn't have money. Why are you going in a store with an empty book bag, a weapon, and no money? Why?
So, Paulos, you saying that he was going there to rob the store?
I'm not saying anything. I'm just presenting the facts that Vincent said.
No. So what you doing?
No, because the question implies speculate. Exactly.
Yeah, Paulos, you
speculate.
I ain't speculating nothing.
Yes, you
I
did.
gave you the facts.
You're asking a question. You're asking a question that is asking us to speculate why he had an empty book bag with a firearm.
So,
Paulo,
I'm providing you facts. I'm providing you guys facts to show you he didn't have money. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You can't.
Paulo, I'm telling you. Who told you he didn't have money?
He did not. Go look, read at it. I looked at it. He did not have money.
Okay, now if he did not have money, they find that out after they shot him.
It doesn't matter.
Okay, so that.
Hold on. Let me ask a question. Let me ask a question. Hold on, Frank. Let me ask a question. Let me ask a question.
I'm not saying that's the reason why they should have shot him, but that helped the defense after they.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, so wait, Paulo. I want to go back to Paulo's. Let's go one thing at a time. Paulo saying he didn't have money. Did he have a phone on him? Did he have a phone?
Yep.
I'm not sure.
Hold on. Okay.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
He had two phones. He didn't have one.
So wait. So how he got phones, but we're gonna say he don't have money? Tap to pay.
He didn't have cash on him. He didn't have cash on him.
Well, he got cash.
Paulo, we go to the store all the time and don't carry cash, brother.
I don't. I use my debit card.
Okay, debit card.
That's not cash, Paulo. That's not cash, Paulo.
You got a point right there, Paulo. He could have had Apple Pay on his phone.
Did he have Apple Pay on his phone? What I'm saying,
how far speculation can go?
I'm not speculating anything. You're speculating that he had Apple Cash. Do we know that he had Apple Cash?
You said he does not have money. That is speculation.
He does not.
How do you know that?
Cash
he didn't have money.
Cash is not the form of money.
That's money. That's money. Is money not cash?
No.
Cash is not money?
No, that's not the only form of money. Cash is not the only form of money.
I didn't say it's the only form of money. He did not have cash.
So if I don't have cash, I don't have money. That's what you're saying.
You don't have physical money. Yes, you don't have physical money. No, you don't.
What?
Paulo,
your phone is not money. Your phone is not money.
If you got Apple Pay, Paulo, I know you ain't that crazy. You know what Apple Pay is.
I know what Apple Pay is, but that is not money. That's not considered money.
It's hard to have a conversation when you do stuff like that because all paper money is a form of currency. A debit card is a form of currency. It's a way to use make transactions. Don't do that. Don't do that, Paulo.
Vince. Let me say this right quick. You do realize that Paulos is gaslighting you right now, don't you?
I'm not gaslighting anybody.
You know this man worked for Wells Fargo forever. So with him simply saying that is very idiotic for him to even say that. Because the banking system,
like to have them conversation.
The banking system don't even
the same thing.
Don't even use paper currency anymore. So
you're doing the same thing. You're accusing me of speculating, and you guys are speculating. You're doing the same thing that you're accusing me of doing.
I'm not. No,
all I'm doing is what the prosecution should have done is tearing your theory apart. You said he didn't have money.
Theory.
How do you know that?
No, your theory is that they didn't have justification. They did because he had a weapon and he went in there.
That is not justification.
Hold on. I didn't see.
They had justification for chasing him. They thought he was shoplifting.
So we gotta research that. We gotta research that about the money. We gotta research that.
Wait a minute, y'all.
I'll show y'all the video.
I got a question, y'all. When he
Go ahead, Tor.
Did the anytime see the pistol on him?
I don't know.
Say that again.
Did any time? I know I hear Paulo saying justification, but when he walked in that store, did any of them
listen
on him at any time?
You can pull it. Wait.
Did
he had something heavy?
Hold on, we can't all talk at the same time. Tori just asked a question. You can pull it up on YouTube. The son was on the stand. They asked him, did he turn and point a weapon at you? He had to ask him a couple of times. No. Did he turn and point a weapon at your dad in the store? No.
Let me pull the video up.
He answered those questions. It's on YouTube.
But
No,
I'm asking that one question. My question is, when he was at the store at any time, did they see the gun on him?
Pull up. No, not in the store. Pull up Mr. Child's son's testimony.
No, I'm finna pull up this video because the testimony. No, Vince, you can't just do one part.
Testimony, Paulos.
No,
you're
asking. No, that's not one. That's not the whole testimony. Because Paulos,
no, listen, I'm answering the question. When somebody, even in court, wherever you at, somebody asks you a question, you answer the question. Tory asked the question.
And I'm about to give him the answer.
No,
you gonna go?
No, I'm finna pull the video up of the breakdown from the lawyer. This is a lawyer. I've dropped it in there. I'm gonna pull the breakdown. The whole breakdown. She does a great job of showing how.
You finna pull that lady that critiqued the case, right?
Yes.
No, I'm telling you to pull up Mr. Child's. No. She's had nothing to do. She's not in the trial.
She ain't in the court. Why are you bringing
Paulos?
her?
Paulos, stop it, Paulos.
No.
Pull up Mr. Child's son's testimony. This is the actual testimony in the case, not nobody's critique.
You can't pull up just one piece. You got to pull up all of it.
Okay, well, pull up testimony from the case. Pull up testimony from the case.
Who is she?
She's
somebody that
an attorney who breaks it down. She breaks down all parts of the case.
Paulos, you can't use her. You cannot use her. No,
why can't use her?
Because
why you want to use somebody that's critiquing the case?
She is
not critiquing it. She didn't critique it. She just broke it down into the parts of the case.
Paulos, you can't use her.
Yes, you can.
No, you listen, sir. Listen, her. Listen.
Okay,
let me tell you. Can I tell you why you can't use her, Paulos? Because she is the equivalent of me asking one of my daughters to critique this case. We don't know her, Paulos. We don't know her.
Lawyer.
Paulos, we don't know her. We don't know her credentials. We don't know
what type of lawyer
about
is she, Paulos?
She's a lawyer.
What type of lawyer is she, Paulos?
For who? Who is she a lawyer for? In what state?
She's a lawyer. She's a legal person.
What type of lawyer is she, Paulos?
She's a lawyer. What you mean? What type of lawyer?
Paulos, she says it in her critique. Hold on, see, Paulos, you full of shit. She says it in her critique.
Let me play the video.
What type of lawyer she is?
I don't want to hear her critique, Paulos.
I'm gonna show the beginning of it.
You're making this whole conversation argumentative, really.
That's all you're doing. Yes, you are.
No, because here's the whole point. You guys want to pick and choose part of the thing that support your argument, but you can't do that. The jury had to look at everything. They had to look at everything.
I said, okay. Well, you actually use footage from the case itself. Then nobody's.
There's no footage of the case. What you talking about?
Why you can't? YouTube. Go to YouTube.
Okay, you send it to me. Send it to me.
Paulo, you don't have access to the Sun on the stand.
I haven't looked it up. Send it to me, but you can't just use that. That's what I'm telling you. You guys have to look at everything.
Okay,
you can't just pick a part of it. She does the best job of breaking down all the parts of it. She's a lawyer.
Says who?
I just want to know: did they at one time did they ever see the gun on him?
The father argued, and there's parts in it. That's why I was showing her where they argued. Let me finish. Answer his question. There's parts in there where they say that they saw a heavy object on his being in the store. They didn't say they actually saw the gun in the store. The father then goes out and does say that he saw this guy pointing the gun at his son. So there is a point where he says he saw the gun being pointed at his son.
Let me ask you a question.
He saw the son being pointed at his gun while he running full speed. Come on.
What do a heavy object look like?
A gun. Come on, Frank. Stop. We know if we can tell somebody got a pistol in their on their being.
No, you can't.
Carlos, I carry all the time. You never know I have no pistol.
And Tora do too.
Because you ain't got it in your pocket.
What?
The little boy, he didn't have it in the holster. He didn't have a 14-year-old don't know a concealed carry.
Carlos, I have my gun on me a lot of times. Y'all don't know I have it.
I don't even know.
Do you have it just loose in your pocket?
If I have it on me.
No. Do you have it loose in your pocket?
No,
Tori, you don't walk around with it loose in your pocket.
Paulos, let me say something to you. Please listen right quick, okay? Let me say this to you. Please listen. Okay? Is you listening?
I'm listening. Go ahead.
What did that young man have on?
I don't know what he had on.
He had on a red hoodie, right?
I don't know what he had on. That's what
He
I'm
had on some. He had on some black skinny jeans. You think you can run with some black skinny jeans on with a big old pistol in your pocket? And that
And that's what they
motherfucker did.
said.
Paulos,
It
Paulos,
failed.
let me
That's what
finish.
they
See,
saying. It failed.
Paulos,
Go
let me
ahead.
finish. Let me finish. Let me finish.
Go ahead.
Listen to what I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
They say he had a cell phone as he was running. It fell out his pocket. The young man was running so fast he ran up out one of his shoes. Okay. They said that this is what the Chows are saying. The Chows are saying they chased him. This the son. He chased him behind him. He fell one time. He got up, started back running, and fell again. That's when they say the gun came out. Why the gun didn't come out the first time, Paulos?
I don't
Let
know,
me
Frank. None
finish.
of that matters.
Let's
Okay.
let me finish, Paulos. You keep jumping in, sir. Please, let me finish.
You just asked me a question.
Okay, let me finish. The young man took off running. He running so fast that his shoe came off, right? He got on black skinny jeans, Paulos. So at what point did they see this heavy object on him? Where was it? It wasn't in his hoodie because he was flopping that motherfucker. So you can see that he didn't have nothing on him. So if he got his shirt up flopping, where was the gun? In his pocket, around his waist, or in his book bag? Where you saying the gun was at?
You ready for me to respond?
Yes, sir.
I'm saying they argued that they saw a heavy object on his being in the store. That's what they argued.
So when he took off running, the gun didn't come out. When his
I,
phone came out, when his shoe came off, when he fell twice, the
Wait,
gun didn't come out. He lost everything but that.
wait.
Frank,
Since I only know,
yes, ma'am.
I only know two people. I only know two people, and neither one of us are civilians that chase people when a gun is presented. That's military, police.
None of that matters.
If somebody point, if somebody point a gun at you, Paulos, you chasing them.
What they got to do with the case? None of that matters.
So
None of
what
that
matter,
matters.
Paulos? What you say
None
matter?
of that matters.
What do you say matter?
What I'm saying, the fact of the case are what matters. The fact of the case
Just
that they
that he
had to
had a
take
weapon,
in, that they had
that he
to
had
take
a
in there
gun.
entirely matters because you remove that weapon from the case, they have no case. That's my whole
Okay,
point
well, let me ask
from
you a
the
question. How about
beginning.
You change the charge of the case, he gets convicted.
But
You
you
Paulo,
change
just
the charge from murder to manslaughter, he gets convicted.
well,
Okay, well,
let's
the
not even
charge
go
was
that far.
murder.
Let's
hold
not
on,
go. We don't even have to go that far. How
I
about we
got
talk about take the chase out? Why are they even chasing him?
It's
yo.
not illegal.
No, no, no,
It's not
no.
illegal to chase
But
nobody.
Paulo, if I think
Why
somebody
it's
got,
not?
no,
Whoa,
no,
whoa, 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 whoa!
no,
Stop!
no,
Why it's not?
I got one question. One question. If he chasing him, you think somebody got a gun? You own the store. Why am I chasing you for a bottle of water?
None of that matters, Tory, because that's not what they were arguing. They wasn't arguing. They weren't charging them with chasing somebody for a bottle of water. That's what y'all don't get. None of
Why you
that
worried about
matters.
somebody if somebody stole a bottle of
It,
water?
only
None of
reason it
that
does not
matters
the
in this
only
case.
reason it doesn't matter, and that Paulos can say that because the prosecution blew the case. They blew it. They did
What
not
you
present
you
the proper evidence in defense, really, of the young man that got killed.
Paulo, put that shit across the bottom.
you can argue that, but
That's
it
why it
doesn't
don't
matter.
matter.
Okay, the thoughts of the panel are not necessarily the thoughts of the aunts and OGs worldwide. Gentlemen, I understand you guys have your own thoughts about the case. I understand how you guys feel about the case, but like I said earlier, we are five totally different individuals, and we have one thing in common. One. And that one thing in common is all five of us have a son. This 14-year-old kid was shot in the back. Now, South Carolina law just justified a 14-year-old black kid being shot in the back. And you keep saying what matter, what don't matter, what's justified, and what's not justified. We got another clip that we need to play, guys, because we're getting
The
pressed for
chief of
time.
police even said it was. Oh God!
But that's what I'm saying, gentlemen. It's gonna be all kind of back and forth. But we all agree. I hope we all agree that this young man should not have been shot in the back. Do we agree on that?
I agree.
Yeah, we can agree on that.
Okay. So moving forward, what do we do to protect our young men? I know we have talked several times about the YNs and LNs and things of that nature. We have had those discussions, gentlemen. But at the end of the day, that's my regular ass car in the garage. That's my son upstairs. Those things I consider mine. They mine. In this world, gentlemen, when you become a grown man, you have to live for something. And you also have to be willing to die for something. Something. So how do us as grown men, how do we protect our kids? How do we protect these things from continuously happening to them? What do we do as men to protect the things that God have given us? Or do we just continuously sit back and let people take these things from us? And then we sit around and have and talk about these things on podcasts and um, we go on social media and talk about we're gonna do this and we're gonna do that. In all actuality, we're not gonna do shit. We're not gonna do nothing. Until this thing touch you, we can speculate all day long, gentlemen. And it all we do is argue back and forth. So I want you, Paulos, to play the clip where
Well, hold on. I want to respond to your question a little bit.
okay.
To your statement. I want to respond to that a little bit. First thing I feel like we got to do is under unified, present with a unified front,
Mhm.
and some things are not going to be tolerated regardless. If we as a panel decide we're going to do something, right, as a
Mhm.
unit,
Mhm.
I could be a little bit against it. I could be against what the majority want to do. But if the majority says we're going to do this and I'm a part of this unified body, I'm going with the unified body.
Yes, sir.
And we're going to present as a united front regardless.
Yes, sir.
That's where I feel like we need to start. We are not a unified body. We are, as a people, we are not a unified front. We are so easily picked apart, and then we choose a side against the unity or where unity should be.
Mhm.
I'm tired of living in a world where and this is how kind of your argument is making me feel, Paulo, to think that I have to raise my children different than everybody else. I have to raise my children to be perfect, flawless, make no mistake ever. Can't make a bad decision; it'll cost you your life. I'm sick of living in a world like that when nobody else has to.
Uh, Let me respond to that. Vincent, that's that's the world we live in, brother.
That's
And
true,
why
but I'm
we
sick of it
that's what I'm saying. So that's the world we live in. So me speaking for myself, I would feel like I failed my children if I didn't give them a realistic viewpoint of the world, the way the world sees them, and that yes, we do have to. We is it changing? Maybe, maybe not. We do have to. We don't have that margin of error. Vincent. We can't make the same mistakes that others make, and you and I know that for a fact. Now, it would be disingenuous for us to tell our kids that they
because
can't do
Carlos,
that
because the
because
reason we
what?
can't because of the
No,
lack of
because
unity. Wait,
it ain't
hold on,
got
hold on.
nothing to do with
I said,
unity.
let me help you understand where I'm coming from. I sent some information to my son. Do you realize the black population in this country has been the highest at 19% in 1700s, like
Yep.
1790, I think to be
Yep.
exact.
Yep. I
Since
seen that stat
1790, it has gone down.
every year.
How is that possible?
Every
You
year.
can the number, if that number can be controlled, it's controlled to the point that you are not a threat. You could, even if you don't want to be, hold on, let me finish. Even if you don't want to be, we're not trying to be, but you'll never, it's not even possible. And on top of that, there's no unity within that 13%.
But
Where's the community?
I disagree.
Where's the village?
I disagree. The village is I agree that the village is not the same. The village is not the same as when we grew up. The village is not the same when our parents grew up. That won't ever be back. You know, that will never
problem.
be. Well, you can call it a problem, but it's the reality of it. It won't be that, because our communities are not going to be the same anymore. Before, we had our pockets of community where we could embrace ourselves, we could collapse ourselves from the outside world. That is gone, Vincent. If you think that'll ever come back, hey, I got some property in Florida. That's gone. So we have to teach our kids how to maneuver in this new world where, regardless of whatever they do and what they've achieved and what we've done for them, they're still going to be viewed in a different light. I cannot send you out in this world with rose-colored glasses on there thinking that everyone is going to treat you like they treat the others. You do not have the luxury to walk around at 14-year-old with a weapon. You don't have that luxury, because whether you're doing it for your protection or not, they're not going to think you as a child just misdirected. They're going to consider you a thug. They're going to consider you a YN.
So
you're not going to get the benefit of the doubt. Let me finish up, Frank.
okay.
So me, as a father, while I can shade you, protect you from the things that I had to go through, I can also prepare you that, hey, yeah, things are better, but it's still not the same. So you, as I always talk to my son about a margin of error. You have a margin of error that is not as thick as everybody else. So when you got to be smarter, you got to be
You have a small
quicker.
margin of error.
That's what I'm saying. So for me to say, hey, it ain't fair, tell my son, it ain't fair that it's like that, you shouldn't have to do that way, that doesn't prepare them for what he has to face every day. You and all of us know, walking out this house as a black man and we old men now, and they still consider us a threat. As a young black man, you're more of a threat, because the threat of violence, the threat of everything that represents you, they want to take it away from you. So you got to be smarter than them. You got to be more strategic than them, and you can't give them any reason to take your life away from you, because that's the most valuable thing that you have. That they want to take you off the board. They want to take you off the board. So I can't let you walk out there saying like it ain't fair. No,
I agree with what you're saying 100%. At the same time, I'm looking at us as a people and as a community, and I look around and I see other peoples with their communities and how they thrive and how they unite and how they stick together, how they stand as one. And I look at us and we don't have what's the problem? The problem is within us as a community as well.
What communities are you looking at, Memphis? White community doesn't exist.
Wait. You who sent the video with the Asian guy earlier today? That was you, Frank, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Frank.
That's a prime example. Did everybody watch that video, that clip he sent?
We watched the video. We got black people that say the same thing. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. He's one person. What I'm saying, what communities are you seeing doing something that's spectacular?
Carlos, you do know it's a community up the street, an Asian community up the street from me. These folks don't build their own temple. They don't got their own community. They have their own parades. They have their own everything. What the fuck is you talking about?
Oh, what? That's what I'm saying. And it don't impact us no type of way.
No, that's not what Vincent's saying, though.
No, that's what I'm saying.
You're missing what he's saying.
I'm saying.
You totally missing what he's saying.
I'm not. No, I'm not. What I'm saying is, you guys are looking at what every goddamn body else is doing, and our own issue is for us to look at ourselves. Fuck what everybody else is doing. We can't do what they do. We have to raise our kids. We have to raise our kids.
Carlos, right now, this is what you're saying. You telling me that what I'm supposed to, because the margin of error for my son is so small, you telling me that I'm supposed to teach him to be a savage? Because your margin for error is so small. I didn't say a savage. No. Let me finish.
I said smarter.
No.
Go ahead.
Because smart kids get shot and killed too. So let me tell you what you're telling me.
They don't put themselves in that
Ahmaud Arbery.
What?
Ahmaud Arbery.
What is you talking about, Carlos?
They don't put themselves in that situation.
What?
Go ahead.
Ahmad, wait, hold on. I just gave you a name, Ahmad Aubrey.
You don't know nothing about that kid. You don't know he was smart.
What?
You don't know nothing about his background. So come on, you can't just throw a name out there. Go ahead.
Listen to me.
Okay.
And he's only one kid. There's millions of black boys out there who's living.
This what I'm trying to tell you. This what I'm trying to tell you, Paulos. What you telling me is, since my son marginal error is so small that might get him killed, you telling me that I'm supposed to raise my son and my grandson to be savages?
I didn't say savage. That's your word. Don't put your word in my mouth.
Because you're not letting me finish. So you jumping the gun.
I never said savage.
No, because if their margin for error is so small, any kind of situation that they occur, they got to go to the max with that motherfucker.
No, they don't. They got to see that situation before it happens, and they don't go in it.
Paulos, you know what your future holds.
No, what he telling you, your son need to submit in every situation.
That's what
he's saying. Submit to
what? You saying, sir, is that you can tell the future. You telling me if a man come up and talk shit to my son, he should drop his head and walk off.
I didn't say that.
Let me ask you a question, Paulos.
I didn't say that. I didn't say that, Frank.
Let me ask you a question, Paulos. With this case, I want to stick to the case. Young man in the store, they saw a heavy object on his person, right? They assumed it was a gun. At that very moment, what could that boy have done differently? He had the gun. What could he have done differently? What could he have done differently to save his own life?
He could have
in that situation.
Let me finish. If he was gonna buy something, he could have bought something. If he wasn't gonna buy nothing, he could have said, "I changed my mind. I'm leaving."
Did he leave?
He did, Paulos.
He did.
He didn't say that to them. He took off running.
He didn't have to say that to them. He walked out.
He asked me what he could have did.
Paulos, wait. Hold on. We can go back and watch the video. He walks out the door. He stops because it's some conversation that we can't hear. He looking back. And then he takes off running. So we don't know what was said at that point.
Let me tell you, a smart kid is not going to walk into a Asian convenience store. I don't know what time it was. Smart kid, yes. A smart kid is not going to walk into an Asian convenience store carrying a pistol. Do whatever activities he did and take off running. They're not. The kid didn't make a smart decision. A smart kid is not going to do that.
He is a kid, Paulos.
Oh, but Frank Vincent said it's the same. But that's what I'm saying. He's a smart kid.
You're talking,
you can't dismiss.
You don't know.
You can't say he's a kid and then Paulos, he got a gun.
Paulos,
when you have a gun, you can't separate
Paulos,
the two. Vince.
He is a kid. He a kid.
Why he got a pistol, Frank?
He's a kid, Paulos.
Why he got a pistol, Frank?
He a kid. I don't know. You don't know.
That's what I'm saying. That's not a smart kid.
What?
That is it smart for you?
It can't wait. He's not a smart kid. It can't be a kid that made a mistake, a bad decision. He's not a smart kid.
Yes, he made a bad decision. And we don't have them. And again, I said we don't have those marginal errors. We can't make those bad life or death decisions like that. We can't. I don't understand what's hard.
I mean, the statement that he's not a smart kid, Paulos, that's kind of hard.
It wasn't. It's not. What is hard to understand? Our kids can't walk into these establishments carrying weapons, especially where you know that these Chinese folks don't care about us. That's what I'm saying. You can't put yourself in those situations. We don't. What I just said. We don't have that margin of error. We can't do that.
I need you to do me a favor. Put the thing across the screen, Paulos.
Our kids cannot do that.
You need to keep this up there.
I ain't got no more words, man.
Because the thoughts of this panel are not necessarily the thoughts of the unks and OGs worldwide. Gentlemen, our kids are gonna make mistakes. They are.
Yeah.
They're not perfect. Paulos, my son, I didn't tell y'all this the other day. My son got off the school bus and he was it was a kid. The day before he had dreads. The very next day, his head looked like mine. So evidently the kid did something wrong and his parents cut all his fucking head off. He got a whole bald head. They get off the bus, Paulos. My son and two other kids, my son is in the 10th grade. He is a sophomore. The two other boys, they were freshmen. They get off the bus in front of someone's house. That's where the bus stop is. This white man came outside and told them to keep it moving. And so they kept talking. They didn't pay no attention. He said, hey, y'all don't hear me talking to y'all. I told y'all to keep it moving. My son said, he 15, the other two kids are 14. He said, you talking to us? He said, yeah, this my property. Y'all need to keep it moving. My son told me that they were standing on the sidewalk. The sidewalk is not his fucking property. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you saying that my son don't have the right to say what's right. My son should just tuck his head and walk off.
No, what I'm
Now,
saying, yes.
wait a
Let me.
minute.
Can
You
I answer?
saying
Or you want me to
yes, sir.
answer? Or you don't want
Yeah,
me to
go
answer?
ahead. Go ahead.
I'm saying your son has every right, but your son also has a father who's a protector. I want your son to come get you.
He
I
couldn't
want
come
your
get me
son.
at that. He couldn't come get me at that
He
moment,
ain't
Paulo,
got. He
because I
ain't
ain't
got to
nowhere
argue. It's not
around.
his. But it doesn't matter, Frank. It's not his job to argue with that man. It's
Mhm,
his job to get home safe.
mhm.
It's his job to get home safe. This is what I told my son. Your job is to get home safe, and I'll handle it. We'll handle it. It is his job to get home safe. Fuck what that man thinks, and fuck about whatever the principle of the rights. We as a collective, because I know you don't have the protection of the community of the law on your side. You don't have that. You don't have that margin of error to go back and forth with this man. Bring your ass home and let us, as an adult, as your family who can protect you, do that.
Now,
Yes,
dude,
that's what I want my son to do every time.
Now, see, I opened that door for you to say that. Now it goes back to what Vincent was just saying: is us as a community, Paulos. He was saying us as a community need to galvanize together so that we can make some changes that's going to affect my son, your future grandson, your future everybody. But as long as we stay disconnected to each other, as long as we have no men that are willing to be the sacrificial lamb, we're going to always suffer. Every community, Paulos, has to have someone that is willing to stand up for the weak. I just told my daughters last night, the only thing has to happen is a few good men to do nothing and your community will fail. In order for your community to thrive, all it takes is one good man to do something. That's it. That's it. We got to pull us together. We on this group having this conversation amongst each other. And if Vincent is not willing to protect my son, if I'm not willing to protect his daughter, if you, Paulos, is not willing to protect my grandson, what the fuck is we on this podcast for? We ain't friends. We might as well be enemies if we're not willing to protect each other's family.
But you
That
know what?
is what Vincent was
You're talking
saying.
about something after the fact.
No, I get
Frank,
that.
we're
Right?
not talking. That thing you're saying is preventive.
No,
Like I
but
said, you're not saying, okay, hey, y'all
Paulo,
are responding
Paulo,
to it. It's like
Paulos,
reactive. You're not being proactive. What
Paulos.
I'm saying is, if your son is equipped and he knows what his rights are, he knows what his father is. He comes back to you. You talk to that man, that one good man you said. Hey, all these boys. You go talk to him. Let him know. Hey, that ain't gonna fly over here. This is my
Paulos,
son. This is where the bus
Paulos,
gets off.
Paulos,
This is such and
Paulos.
such. You did that correctly. That doesn't
Let,
require the whole
let,
community,
let me,
right?
yes, it do. Yes, it do,
No, it does
Paulo.
not.
Can I tell you why? Because if you got a grown ass man that's willing to get off the porch and go talk shit to some little boys, you understand what I'm saying?
You just said it takes one,
A grown man ain't got no business talking shit at no kids.
and
So
you address that.
I already show you what time he on.
But you gonna address that, right?
So you mean to tell me I'm finna go knock on somebody's door and get my face shot off?
Why would you? So what you gonna do, Frank? I'm just saying, in that situation you did, what are you gonna do?
Listen. One
I'm
reason.
like,
One
let him
reason
answer.
is like
Let him answer. What are you going to do, Frank? Are you not
Uh,
gonna go talk to the man?
Paulo, we ain't the same. We're not the same. I'm
So you
telling
gave
you.
a scenario, but what's the
No,
solution? You didn't
no.
give no solution.
There was no solution for me to give you.
Then what's the point of the scenario?
No, the scenario was to inform you as to what this world is like.
I
Even if
know
your
that.
son,
I know what the world is like.
even if you equip your son with all the best qualities in the world, Paulos, people gonna always try to shit on him. He's not gonna be able to avoid every single situation. You
Of
mean to
course
tell
it's
me
not.
you think your son gonna be able to talk his way out of every situation that he gonna encounter?
I don't know what he's going to
I
be able to do,
think
but
I
as
think
a
Paulos,
child,
I think
that is
you should
not
have
his
let your
job
son.
as a child. That
I
is not
think
his job as a child. He's a
I
minor. That is not his job as a child. But as a man, there's going to be some situations that he's going to have to face on his own. Frank, that's what I don't understand. That's the part I'm not getting. That is
That
so
what
hard.
you're saying is true, but Paulos, the way what I'm saying about our community is that we're all our children are on their own individually. They're on
I
their
Not
need
own.
really.
I
Not
need
really.
somebody to help me protect my family, man, while I help protect theirs. That's
But
what I
you didn't
need.
offer no solution, Frank.
I
You just said in that scenario
because
you didn't offer
Paulo,
no
Listen,
solution.
listen.
my solution is violence. They're gonna always be my solution. I don't want to talk about shit because you know what happened at the end of a conversation. I go to jail. You know what them folk do? Them folk go home to their family. Every single time, I'm gonna always be right. Wrong, not right. I'm gonna always be wrong. If I went up there and tapped on that man door, I'm going to jail. I'm gonna always be wrong. This man can say what the fuck he want to say to these little boys. Can't nobody justifiable say shit back.
But I'm saying, what you want us to march in front of his house? That's what I'm saying.
No,
What would the
you ain't.
community have
But
done to
see,
stop that man
this
from
is
doing
what
what he did?
this is what I'm telling you, Paulos. The determining factor of everything going on is fear. I believe in shared grief, Paulos. If I'm scared, you're gonna be scared. If my son gonna be scared, your son gonna be scared. If my son can't stand at that bus stop, your son can't stand at that fucking bus stop. Anything that can happen to my son is gonna happen to your son. I wanted this shit across the bottom of this screen because I think every motherfucker in South Carolina that hear my voice is a fucking coward. I think all you motherfuckers that let that man kill that fucking child and then do shit about it. Y'all watch this man's wife come to that fucking courtroom every day and go home. That boy daddy is a coward. That boy mama is a coward. Y'all watch these folk come to that courtroom every day and then go home like ain't shit happened. After they don't kill your fucking child. And now you talking about giving them the senses that they can do better. If you kill my fucking child, I'm gonna kill your mama, I'm gonna kill your daughter, and I'm gonna kill your fucking son because I know I'm going to prison. I'm gonna get 5 for 1 out your ass. You can believe that shit. And I'm gonna die kamikaze style to kill your motherfucking ass if you kill my son.
Go
Well,
ahead,
And
man.
you can take that shit
Go
to
ahead,
the
oh
bank.
Tori. Tori.
well, I understand your views, Frank, and I'm probably a little bit more on a different thing. Out of all our sons, I don't think none of our sons would have been 14-year-old carrying a pistol. That to me, that's
I
what.
was 14 years old carrying a pistol.
But that
Our son.
Frank,
That was you, Frank.
That's
Okay, my son ain't no better than me, and none of y'all fucking sons is better
Oh,
than me.
they much better than
Nobody's
us. My
sons
son
is
is
better
better
than
than
me.
me.
so you
My
think
son's better than me.
so I'm just
My
asking.
son is way better than me.
I'm asking Frank. So you think it's okay for a 14-year-old holding a pistol?
I don't care.
We never said it's okay, Tori. I
No,
never said the young man was in the right for carrying the pistol.
that's
Let me
what.
get that straight. I just want to put that out there.
Okay. You
Like
said
I said, like I said, for 14 years old, the charge illegal possession of a firearm.
yeah, that's what I'm. That's what I'm
He's
saying.
breaking the law.
I get it, and I get it on that point. Frank says okay. You says okay. My whole point is, I'm with both of y'all on both sides. No, a 14 years behind pistol, but the same situation like you were saying, Frank, where your son, where that goes with what Paulo said. This support you, Frank. Where your son was talking to that guy, and that is just what did that guy say? I saw a bulge in your son. What's called it? You know what I'm saying? He started shooting. I don't support that, but
Tori, I just told you, if you kill my son, I'm gonna kill everybody in your goddamn house.
what?
Point blank, period. You
I
just
no,
heard what I said.
no,
So my son,
no, I
Paulo,
get you.
listen to it.
Hold on, hold on.
My son can say whatever the fuck he want to say to whoever the fuck he want to say it to. And if you put your hand on my child, I'm gonna kill your motherfucking ass. Not say whatever you want to say.
I understand you told on that.
I'm sorry. I can't. I don't find nothing comical. I'm so sorry.
That
I'm in my
that's why you
feelings.
see
I'm
what
in
I
my
did,
feelings.
long boy. Long boy, did you
I'm
see
in
I
my feelings.
grabbed this before we start doing anything? I told y'all
I'm
I
not saying
don't
nothing.
like this conversation.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, because
I'm just saying,
our kids out here getting slaughtered in the street, man.
Slaughtered.
They're not. Some of them
Slaughtered.
are. It's tragic, but they're not. Because that's what I'm saying, Vincent. You're reactive. My whole point is,
No,
after the
no.
fact, it's too fucking late. It's too late. After they've killed that boy, it's too late. There's nothing you can do for that boy. It's
Listen,
too
listen,
late.
listen, listen, listen. I raised my two sons, so I'm very proactive. But I do understand everybody is not me. I am not everybody else. Everybody is not going to teach their children the way I do. It worked for me. What I taught, it might not work in Frank's household. Everybody's an individual. You learn your individual, your children. But at the same time, I still say your child is going to develop a personality. They're going to develop their character.
They own personality,
And they're going to
not
make their
yours.
own decisions. They might not make all your mistakes. They're going to make their own mistakes, but they will make some mistakes. That I know. Those are facts. Now, I can't say they're going to do everything right, but and if you look at the facts of this case in that scenario, yes, the young man was wrong for having the pistol on him, but he did not. This should not have ended in death. This should not have ended in a foot chase. Mr. Chow should be in prison.
Mr. Child should be dead.
Let me put the sign back up. Again, we speaking of after the fact.
I told you don't take it down. I told you do not
We're
take that
speaking
motherfucker
of
down.
after the fact. My whole thing is it's too late after the fact. We have to get in front of these type of things. We have to get
How
in
do
the.
you get in front of it? How do you get in front of it, Paulo?
You stop 14-year-olds from carrying guns. Where's your family at? Where's your parents? Where's your mother and your father at? That you feel like
Wait,
you
wait.
gotta
Are
walk
you are
around
you
as
saying
a
are
14
you
year
saying the
old with a
family should
weapon.
be you saying the family should be united? The family, we should have community. We
No, the
should have
community
more
ain't got
people than
nothing to
mom.
do with it,
Hold on.
Frank.
We
I
should
mean,
no.
Vincent.
You know what? You know what? We should have more than mom and dad. I'm sure Frank had mom and dad in the household, right? But I'm sure outside of that, sometimes mom and daddy didn't catch everything. It was uncle. It was auntie. It was the
So
neighbor.
his family. I said it before. His family failed him. His family.
It's more than just his family
It
failed
starts
him.
at the
That's what I'm getting
family.
at. It's more than just
It
the family.
starts with the family. It
It
starts with
does.
the
It does.
family.
You are
So
100%
you can't
correct.
skip.
But
I can't look.
okay.
Hold on. Let me just
Let's
make
flip
one
it.
point.
Let's
Let me
flip
make
it.
one
Let's flip
point.
it. Do you
Let me
know?
make.
Wait. Hold on, Paulos. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Let's flip it. Let's talk about just with you say it starts with the family.
Mm-hmm.
There are children out here that's not getting killed that kills themselves from suicide. Mom and daddy don't see that coming, and they doing their best. They trying. They putting everything they can. You cannot determine those certain characteristics and trait. They are individual. They are their own person. You be involved as much as you can, but you need
Okay.
community, and even people outside of your community have to make the right decision and have to value those lives just like everybody else. We are not valued. They did
Can I
not value
respond?
that young man's life whatsoever.
Can I respond? Let me respond. Two totally different scenarios. Two
No,
totally different. It is one person. Kids who unalive themselves are not harming others. They're harming themselves. Two totally different scenarios. My
I'm
whole
just
point
making a
is
point. You keep talking
no.
about it starts in the household of how the
It
household
does,
is
Frank.
involved,
It does.
and it can go left one way or the other.
Listen.
It takes more than just.
Listen. Let me tell you. Let me make my point. You made your point. Let me make my point. We can't. Frank just kind of reiterated it a little bit. We can't tell people how to raise their kids anymore. We can't tell people, just like you said, we can't interject or shame people into raising their kids a certain way. We can't, as a community, can't tell people how to raise their kids. If we
How
do,
did we get here? How did we get here? How did we get to
it
this
doesn't
point?
matter. We're here. In today's
Yes, it
world,
does matter.
No,
Carlos, that's
and
just like
today,
saying the past
Vincent, let
doesn't
me
matter.
finish.
Now you got
Let me
to a certain
finish.
point in life does
Let me
matter.
finish. Let me finish my point. What we are facing today is people do not want to tell you nothing about their kids, how to raise their kids. They don't want you to say nothing to their kids. You don't want. They don't want you to correct their kids. You don't want them. Hey, young man, pull your pants up. Hey, he gonna cuss you out. Hey, young lady, why you acting like that? That people do not want you to say anything to their kids. So I can't.
But that's
I
not me.
can't. No, but
I'm
that's what
not
I'm
one of
saying.
those parents.
I can't. I'm not saying you, but you know a lot of people who are. I can't just jump over you not raising your kids and then make it my responsibility to raise your kids. If you're raising your kids more than, of course, I will help you raise your kids. If you say, hey, I know your mom and daddy know taught you better than that. Your mom and daddy know you don't act like that. Then I can support whatever your mom and daddy is saying. But if you don't raise your kids, I can't raise your kids for you. It have to start with you. So we can't jump over the family unit and then go straight to the community. There's no family unit. The family's not.
Carlos, that's real. That's kind of strange coming from you, especially the profession you in, because I'm sure you come across a lot of parents. Everybody shouldn't have kids.
They do.
Everybody not built to raise kids. Everybody not built to raise kids, but we got a lot of people out there because all you gotta do is fuck. You make a baby.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody can do that, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Everybody's not designed to raise kids. So I'm sure you've come across those type of scenarios, but at some point, I'm sure you've had conversations and you've gotten involved when you didn't have to because you saw a child need conversation, a child needed a little bit of guidance, a child you just had to get, hey, if don't nobody else tell you this, I'm gonna tell you this. Because you're community based. You're not gonna just sit here and watch a kid crash out and not say nothing. If you do, you're part of the problem.
No, I'm telling you, we've had this discussion before. I help those who want to help themselves. Okay, me and you have different on this. I told you I'm not down in the trenches. It doesn't matter. I was a child too. I know the difference.
Children cry out for help in different ways. They don't necessarily say I need help. So, they don't know how to
but
say
I'm
that.
just saying. If I see a child reaching out who wants to be helped, I help those who want to help themselves. I don't have the space nor the energy to go down and pull you out the trenches if you ain't trying to be pulled out. If you come to me or I see that, hey, you're trying to do better, you want to do better, you just need some help, absolutely, I'll be there to help you and support you. But if you want to run the streets, if you want to carry guns and do all that, I'm gonna let you carry those guns. Just keep them away from me. I'm not going to convince you not to ruin your life.
Now hold up, Paulo. I ain't say turn your back on your community because
I ain't turning on back.
So because if your neighbor walked around, if your neighbor's son walk around with a gun, you turn the back, turn the blind eye to it. That will come back on you. You understand?
No, dude. I ain't saying turn the blind. I ain't talking about my neighbors. I said people want to help themselves. My neighbors don't walk around with guns. I live in a good community.
You don't know what your neighbor walk around with, man.
Our kids are not walking around. Not saying none of them are, but most of our kids are good kids. The kids I know, they're good kids. My son's friends, they're good kids. The parents I meet, they're good kids. I meet the parents.
You don't know if they walk around toting a gun or not. You don't know.
Of course, Lori, nobody knows that. But I'm saying, if I know their parent, I can pretty much tell the kids who are. So again, I don't live in that type. Thank God, I don't live in that type of community. Not saying that none of these kids stray or do dirt.
Okay, let me ask you this, because this requires speculation. But I got to ask this question: do you think his mom and dad knew he was walking around carrying guns?
I don't know.
Ignorance is not. I'm asking you. I'm asking you. What do you think? Because your argument kind of like they allowed this. Do you think they knew that?
I don't know, but ignorance is not an excuse. I suspect if he was walking around, okay, I don't know what time this happened at night, but I suspect that they probably was unaware of what he was doing. Probably unaware.
From the video of the kid running, this was daytime.
Okay, well, daytime.
It wasn't dark.
I don't know. It wasn't
like he was out. Well, I don't want people to think, or like we're saying, he was out in the wee hours of the night when he shouldn't have been.
Okay, yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I don't know what time it was, but again, for me, that's still a problem. That still is a problem. that you're not that attuned to your 14-year-old kid, what they got going
I
on. You're
agree.
not
I
that
agree.
involved.
I agree. But I'm just asking, do you
I
think
don't
they
know.
knew that?
I hope that they didn't know that. I think they didn't. I hope that they didn't know. But again, I'm not saying they condoned it.
That's why I'm going to the point that sometimes kids can make some bad decisions. This boy could have.
They can.
We can speculate all day long why he had it. He could have got jumped on. He could have felt he needed protection. We all know the story of a kid getting jumped on in school. He come to school next day. He got mama gun or daddy gun, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
It go left.
They right.
Mom and daddy didn't know that this was taking place. They didn't even know he was getting jumped on to after the fact.
And still is a problem, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's a problem, but you gotta have. I mean, I'm just saying, community helps resolve these problems. Community would say, "Hey, Vincent, you need to talk to Paulos about. Okay, I saw your son doing something. You probably never would have thought that, but it's usually always shocking to the parent when somebody else comes or a teacher calls the parent to the school and you sit down and they inform you of something that's going on with your kid and you had no idea. It happens. It happens.
Again, I'm not saying
Community
it
helps
happen.
resolve these issues. Cause see,
But
the lady down the
I
street
think
saw my
family is
son at the bus stop
bigger impact.
harassing a little girl. And I didn't know he was harassing this little girl. And she talked to me about it. So now I can talk to my son about it. But if the lady down the street saw my son and never says anything, she's not helping the problem. She's part of the problem.
But no, your son is the problem and you the problem. You can't put it on me because your son is a menace to society. Why is it my
See,
problem?
that's the
My
problem
fault
right
that
there,
your son is
Paulos.
a
That's
menace
what
to
I'm talking about.
society?
Community helps resolve those issues. You turn a blind eye. You cannot turn a blind eye to
I'm
these
not
things.
turning the blind eye, but you can't. I
Yes, you
can't.
are.
I told you, little
I didn't
man
say
was bad,
she
and
is
you
the
try to
problem.
cuss me out.
I didn't say she is the problem. Listen to my statement. I said she's part of the problem. Yes, true enough. My son is part of the problem because he's harassing the little girl. The woman is silent. Silence. You comply. You complicit.
You jumping way over that family unit, man. I just think that
No,
family has
no.
more impact. Families and fathers.
That's the
Uh,
start. That's the
it,
start.
it
It
ain't the
starts in the
start. It is
household.
the key. It is the key, in my opinion.
It is.
I'm gonna
I
argue.
agree, Paulos. I agree. I
I just
agree.
know
It's the
that the
start. It's
data
the
says
essence.
it.
It's the foundation. I get all of that. It's the foundation. But once you got a solid foundation, it takes more. People
But
need
let's start
each
with the
other.
solid
We need each
foundation,
other.
though.
People need people. You can't maneuver this by yourself on your own. Your little household, your little clique, you don't talk to nobody. You don't communicate with nobody. You don't do business with nobody. You don't, nothing. No fellowship, nothing. It's just your little house and y'all just, come on, man.
I keep my children from being menace to society and raise them to be productive citizens. Let's start there.
Okay.
Then we can weed out the other ones. We can weed out the other ones and send them to jail as they should be. I mean,
I ain't saying some of them do deserve to go to jail. Some of them need
that's
to.
what I'm saying. All of them can't be saved. I
No.
used to be able like we could save them all. I'm unfortunately I've become
Some
cynical in
people
my
are
age.
destined to fall by the wayside. That includes children. I get it.
Some of them can't be saved. Some of them are some bad
But
apples.
I'm also a big advocate. If we if we can never get to the point of community again, if you see something, say something.
But I don't know. But Paulo's got a point on that, Vincent. I don't think we're gonna get back to a community. We so
Tori, you know I don't believe that either. I don't think we'll ever get. I'm just saying what is needed. What is needed.
Yeah.
But we're drifting further away from it. It used to be growing up. I grew up in my grandmama's house. Everybody on our street knew everybody on our street. Anybody who even didn't know my name, they knew Miss Betty's son.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Betty's son come down here acting a fool or doing anything. Boy, I'm gonna tell your mama. Or I could get my ass whooped by this person, and then I'm gonna get my ass whooped again once they talk to my mom, or my grandmother, or my uncle, or my cousin.
But hold up, but Vin, how can we get back to that situation?
We have to be willing to, communicate with each other, accept each other.
Well, I'm talking about our neighbors, though. I mean, we all brothers
You,
amongst ourselves, but we all stay in 4 different communities.
different sides of town.
Exactly. So yeah, we're gonna watch out for each other's sons anyway. But the problem is we all in 4 different communities.
I'm not in a position to even watch out for your son. Your son way on the other side of town.
Exactly. So how
But
can we?
okay, so what?
You think because we are not unified as a race no more, we
As
so quick to move our own communities? We don't
I
even
It's
have.
think that's
not. It's
part
not.
of the problem.
It's not even a race no more because
Yeah.
shit. Your neighborhood, Tory, is what? It's becoming a goddamn mix, right?
Hmm.
So it's not a black community anymore. You don't live in a black community anymore, and it's crazy to say. You in Adamsville, it's not a black community anymore. It's a mixed community now. So it's gonna be even harder now
I'm sorry, fellas. I'm
to
sorry. My situation
to
died.
bridge
I'm
that
sorry.
gap now.
All right.
But you know what, guys? It's crazy because we say, where is the leaders? Where is the person that's supposed to lead us?
We don't have leadership.
We don't have that no
We
more.
lack leadership.
We
What,
are,
Um, you know,
and when I say
you
that,
don't need it.
yeah,
You say we don't need. Wait, 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 whoa.
we
Hold
as
on,
fathers,
Paulo.
we are the leaders.
You just said we
I,
don't need it.
We don't need it.
I would say I can
Who,
kind of agree with
who are the
Paulo
white
saying.
leadership? Who's the
I
Asian leadership?
Trump,
right,
Who's the
right.
other?
Trump,
They
That's
don't
what I
have
just
Chow.
about to
leadership
say.
either.
That's what
They
I
ain't
just
got no
about to
leadership.
say. I kind of agree with what Paulo's saying because you look at the other races. Who are they following?
well,
They
you know,
following Trump.
no,
That's
I
what
no.
hear
I'm
you say
talking about.
Trump,
But
but
hold
you got so many other type of races besides whites.
but it goes back to what I was saying. Our communities are divided, and that's how they divided us. I mean, you think about it.
But we're not
Hold
divided. That's what
hold
I'm saying.
I
OG,
can't
y'all,
say I
we're
can't
not
even put it
divided.
on they no more. I
no, no,
can't put it on
I
they
know.
no more. I'm just talking about what we ourselves.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We as a
I
community
So
don't.
is
I
divided.
don't.
Because
They ain't doing nothing.
you think
so
about it.
David Banner, David Banner was right when he said that Martin Luther King Jr. when he was fighting for us to be accepted, it hurt us more than what it helped us because it took us from our independence, and we tried to be so much like the white man that it hurt us in
But
the long run. Now, granted, he was assassinated, so we don't know what else he had planned for us as a race. But just trying to say, hey, we should be able to sit in the same restaurants. We should be able to use the same water fountain, the same restroom. We should be able to ride in the front of the bus, not in the back of the bus.
See,
see, I
one.
understand that, Louis.
I
But
get what you're saying. One thing I know. One thing I know for a fact. We hear a lot of statistics that say black men are leaving their households, and that's a lie. That's not the truth. That there are more black broken homes and all this stuff. That's not true. But I
but but
feel like you got a lot of black men that are leaders in their household, but it stops there.
but this what I'm saying. What hurt us though? Yeah, I mean, I get what Lewis was saying with the King speech. I think we lost each other when we lost our communities. Because when we was together as a unit, we functioned better because we helped each other out. Like take Paulo. Paulo's grew up in Bankhead Courts. Even though we say it was a crazy community, but it was a community amongst its own. They looked out for one another. You understand? You know, it wasn't that Bankhead was big and powerful. They just had a whole bunch of them together. They was in one community. Even when, like we had the Adamsville and we had the Plainville, we were more of a community. But now it seems like when we got a little money, we all left our communities. We're not together no more. I mean, you ask your question out of all of us. When we look at our neighbors, do you know when you think of your neighbor, do you know your neighbor on both sides of you? Can you honestly say you know your neighbor on
I
your
do.
left
I
and
do.
your
I do.
Yeah, I do.
right? Okay.
But I think that's a rare. That's rare.
Which is rare. You know what I'm saying? Better yet, even though your neighbor across the street from you, even then you might only know one. But I'm just saying, I think it lost when we lost our community because now we turned the blind eye to certain things.
I think we swallowed the Kool-Aid and think that it has to do with proximity. It has to do with who lives across the street with you, and it doesn't. It
It
doesn't.
doesn't.
It doesn't have nothing to do with who lives across the street with you. It has more to do with us believing the narrative that we and ourselves in our own households can't do enough to support the people. By me being successful, by me making my kids successful, by me extending my, my reach to my immediate family, to everybody being successful, that in itself moves the community forward. The ones who tear it down are the ones who believe the narrative that they've got to do it a certain way, that they've got to act a certain way, that there's no way out, or helplessness, that that they have to live a life of carrying weapons, and the street life. They believe that the street
Carlos,
is what they do.
that's not
Yeah.
true, bro. Because
No, but let me finish, Frank. That's what I'm saying.
bad things happen to good people.
What you say?
Bad things happen to good people.
Yeah,
By
but
you
I'm not
thinking that
saying
you're
it's
all the
gonna make
time.
everybody good.
no. I'm not saying everybody be good, Frank. But there are some people who believe that their community, those four walls, or this block that they live in, it's the whole world, and they succumb to that idea that this is the world, and this is how everyone in the world acts. So, like, when people, like, say Chicago, the old block, and I came from the project, so at some point people in Bankhead thought that Bankhead was the beginning and ending of everything, and there's some people who still got that mindset. But once you go outside of it, you see how small and insignificant it is in the big picture, and you realize that it's more than about these brick buildings and stuff like that. There's so much more to it, and so you don't adapt to that way of thinking. Your mind opens to the world. You see things differently, so you don't succumb to thinking that I got to be the baddest motherfucker on the block because
Let me ask
everybody
you
on the
this.
block gonna think I'm to be the man.
Let me ask you. Let me
That goes out the
let me
window.
ask you this. Who showed you that the world was bigger than Bankhead?
Some of my mentors. One of the person who showed me was Miss Wright.
Okay.
She's a
Can
teacher.
you think of anybody? Can you think of anybody who didn't get that picture, or nobody had nobody to show them that picture?
Oh, there's a lot
That,
of people.
I didn't get it out of
that's what
all.
I'm saying. So
Yeah, there's a lot of people.
hold on, man. Hold on, man. So yeah, okay. So those people that didn't get showed, do you think that we failed or community failed them? The same mentors? Like why
It
nobody
depends.
showed them?
I don't know because I always, I guess I wanted to get out. I was trying to get out, so I don't know. They could have been people who reached out to them, or again, my argument has been I help those who want to help themselves. Maybe they didn't want to be helped. I don't know. So I don't know. I can't say.
Yeah, because see, I got a saying. I tell my sons all the time. Look, I'm gonna give you everything I got, everything I know, for you to be better than me. Everybody wants their kids. I'm probably the only man you're gonna come across that's gonna push you and force you to be better than I am. Nobody else really is gonna try to do that for you, but me. But I extend that same thing beyond my own children. But see, everybody doesn't have that. We somewhere along the way we is I've experienced and seen people. It's like I got mine, you get yours type mentality or attitude, and I think that's terrible. I think that was the beginning of the end.
That's not
And once we
everybody,
start
Vince.
going down that
There's,
road, like a lot of us went down that road and never looked back.
I mean, I mean, there's so many caveats, and there's people argue that we're not a monolith. We're not. So there's going to be those people. There's going to be some people who can't be saved. There's going to be some people who are only out for themselves alone. There's nothing we can do about that. So that's what I'm saying. I mean, why are we trying to? That's my argument. And why are we trying to bring everybody? We can't bring those people. We
No,
just
you
like
can't
Harry
take.
Tubman did. We got to leave the people who want to stay on the plantation. We got to let them stay. People who want to leave, they say help me find a way, then we help them. But if they want to stay, you can't make them. That's what I'm saying. So is it the community's responsibility, or community's fault because they wanted to stay on the plantation?
Maybe that's it, Carlos. Maybe that's it. Maybe it's just not enough of us that want to get off the plantation.
True. That's true.
And y'all want to believe it? Vincent, you don't believe
I
that.
don't know.
Carlos,
I
you don't
don't.
believe that neither.
I
You don't
don't.
believe
I'm spitballing here. I'm trying to figure it out. I don't because it's baffling to me.
Some
that ain't it, man. Listen,
some people content, Frank.
if
I
Yeah.
some
do.
no,
They don't
because
know better.
man, listen.
Mm.
Somebody
I
gotta
agree
be
to
willing.
her.
Somebody gotta be willing to sacrifice to teach. Somebody gotta be willing to sacrifice to push it forward. Somebody gotta be willing to get out their own way and be bigger than themselves. That shit is selfish.
Leader,
No, everybody's
leadership.
not built that way.
Just everybody. I didn't say everybody. I said somebody. I never
Yeah.
said everybody. I said somebody.
I get you on
And
that.
if you got every military in the world has a leader, and you guys sitting up here saying that y'all don't think we need leadership, what kind
Don't
of
say you
stupid ass
guy.
shit is
I've
that?
been preaching. I've been preaching
That's the dumb.
leadership the whole
Listen,
time.
man, that is the
I'm just trying
dumbest
to
shit.
understand where Paulo's coming from. He said we
That
don't
is the
need it. I'm
dumbest
trying to
shit that I've
understand
No,
that.
ever
we
heard of
don't.
No.
because every
I can
military
see
in the
everybody.
world has a
We're not a
leadership structure.
military, Frank. We're not a military. This is
But
not we're not a
everybody,
military.
every other race has
He's
a
just using
leadership
that
Who?
as an
structure.
example. He's just
Name
using that
them.
as an
Who,
example of
Frank?
a unit.
Who? That's what I'm saying. That's a false narrative. Who?
The Army, the Navy, the Air
No,
Force,
you
the
said
Marine.
race. You said race. You said other race got leaders. Who? Name them.
The Iraqis, the Germans, every goddamn body got a military. What are you talking
I ain't
about?
say military. You said every race has a leader.
So
You
those
talking
people ain't
about
racist or
leader
people.
like so we spoke. Wait. So we don't have them. Even the ones we do. Wait, you asking people, Paulo's, who is your congressman?
Who's my congressman? Walnut. Not Walnut.
Senator, boy.
What's the white hair dude name? I just voted for him. I can't think his name right now.
Okay,
He just,
anyway, but
yeah.
I'm just saying, so we don't even know our congressmen, senators, but we supposed to know other races, who they got in leadership
But
and
it
places of
doesn't. But
power.
but it doesn't matter. What do they got to do with the congressmen are not our leaders?
I'm just saying,
Politicians are not our leaders.
Hey,
you trying to,
No,
what?
hey,
I'm just saying,
it's only one real black leader left in the black community. One that everybody follow on a regular basis. That's Farrakhan. Farrakhan is the last black known
No, Paulo's,
leader in the black
I'm
community
just saying,
that
I'm using
black
that point
people
to say,
will run behind.
I'm using that point to
but
just
Lord,
point
you
out the
say
fact.
fair.
Carlos is
That's
asking
it.
Frank, trying to tear down his argument by asking him who is the leaders of these other racist communities. Like he's supposed to know their names, but we don't know the congressman. Hell, you might not even know who your sheriff is in your county.
Oh, I do.
But
But
you asking, like, come on, man.
hold on.
Vince,
But
Vincent, this to sum it up, gentlemen. And I need y'all to understand that we have been knowing each other over 30 years. And do you know that we can't even sit on this thing and come up with agreement on how to push our people forward without we having some people far to the left and people far to the right? These people got us as black men so fucking confused that we will never be able to come together amongst five fucking people
I
to
don't even
come up
believe
with
it's these
something.
people or they or none of them. Frank, I say it's us. We're doing it to ourselves at this point.
That's
We
what
Frank,
so
I'm
I'm
far
not
removed.
that's
confused. I'm not
that's what I'm
confused,
We
saying.
don't.
Frank.
We're not willing to unite amongst ourselves. I mean,
I'm
it has
talking about
nothing to
us.
do with anybody
I'm talking
outside of
about
us.
us five. I ain't even talking about the masses. I'm just talking about us five. You can't get five good men, good fathers, good leaders together to agree. This is a damn shame. Just a shame that some of us are so far to the left that think our people can't be saved, and some of us are so far to the right, willing to do anything for our people. This is the craziest shit I ever seen in my life. It ain't but five of us.
I think
Gentlemen,
we're
this don't
more.
make sense.
I think we're more centered than you think, Frank. Just because we have
No,
a different approaches of it, I think we all are the
we got
same.
in order. No,
There's
you
no.
got to
Let me just
agree.
speak for myself. I'm not confused at all.
You
I have
have
no
to agree.
no. I have no confusion that all four of you guys are leading your family in the correct direction. You are making your families better than they were 10 years ago. There's no confusion on my part.
Who protects my family when I'm not here?
Your son, your daughters, the other one behind you. You ain't looking for nobody outside of your family to protect your
Yes,
family?
yes, yes, I am. It
Oh,
take a
Frank,
community. It take a community to protect us, Paulos. That's why that
no,
14-year-old
Frank,
kid got killed,
no,
Paulos,
Frank,
because there are
no,
no
Frank,
consequences.
no. His family
God
didn't protect
damn.
him, Frank.
You know what, Paulos?
Frank,
This what
Frank,
you
Frank.
His
I'm
need.
gonna tell
family
you.
didn't protect
I
him.
know. Everybody is not gonna think and move and operate like me because me and Frank was in a situation where we were out and I was with his family, him and his family. A situation I'm not gonna go into detail because just I shouldn't. Um, but a situation sparked off to where I had to tell Frank, look, tell your wife, get your daughters. They need to get in the car and leave. This finna go left. This finna go bad. And if you don't want to be involved, I understand. You got your family to see about right now and make sure they get out of this situation. Say, but you going this is finna go bad because I can't let it go. And at that point, he had a decision to make, but it was me like letting them know you need to get your family and make sure they straight right now because I ain't finna let this go. Everybody not gonna think like that, but the situation was putting these young ladies, all of us trying to in harm's way with the idea that none of us would stand up about what this guy was trying to do. He just had no idea. Like you ran into something just like you, maybe a little worse. And by the time he realized what was going to happen, he kind of that's when it backed down. That's when it started to dissolve. And I have no problem. I kind of understand what Frank's talking about. Sometimes you meet violence with violence.
That's the only way violence gonna get. You
I'm
ain't
not
gonna
gonna
pray
submit.
violence. You ain't gonna pray violence away.
I'm not going to ever try to pray violence away. I'm not going to ever
That shit ain't
submit.
gonna. It
And
ain't
you
gonna.
got it.
You never gonna win like that. You never
But
Now
gonna
some
win.
people will. Some people will. Some people can say I'm wrong, Paulos. I get it. Some
I'm
people
not
respond
saying
to that
any of that.
situation totally different. But it's just a mentality like I'm gonna look out for you and your family the same way. Because right now, at this very moment, your family is my family. In this moment. And I'm not gonna treat them no different as if these were my kids, my children, my daughters. I'm gonna make sure they safe. I'm not gonna sit up here and act like they not here. And
Okay,
then as
what's
this
the
thing
point?
do go
What's the
left, and
point?
I see one of them get hurt, I got to make sure
Okay,
they get to safety.
okay, what's the point?
The point is this, Paulos. Me and Vincent was helping his daughter move. This is the point. It's real simple. Me and Vincent helping his daughter move. Vincent downstairs, him and my son. His goddamn grandson is beating on his granddaughter. I didn't give a fuck because his daughter was in the other room. I didn't give a fuck because Nisa was in the other room. I snatched that little fucker up and told him, boy, I will beat your ass in here. I didn't
Right.
give a damn what Vincent had to say. I didn't give a damn what Vincent think. I love Vincent. I love his family. That is my fucking job.
Okay, I'm still trying to figure
The
out
point
how does that
is
tie to what?
we supposed to protect each
It's
other.
the reaction of it all. You got some people that will say, "Hey, you need to come in here and get your grandson," but by that time, my granddaughter already hurt. They not just gonna jump in and do what they need to do at the moment, because I ain't gonna touch your kid.
Right, but that ain't strangers. What are we saying? We're not strangers. We're not
Paulos, we
look,
got to.
no.
You were my stranger
But
once
that's
upon
what
a
that's
time,
the
Paulos. I
point,
didn't know that
Carlos.
was
We
you.
don't have those relationships with enough community.
Okay,
If
but
those
what's
relationships
your
are severed
point?
and broken,
What's your point?
what you mean? I just
Your
okay.
point is, yo, I'm trying to figure out how this ties to community. This is us. This is y'all know each other. This ain't people on the
And
stranger on the street
once upon a time, Paulos, I didn't
30
know
years
this.
ago.
Once upon a time, regardless, I didn't know him. I didn't
30
know him
years
once upon a
ago.
time.
This didn't
Pa-
happen 30 years ago.
It take one day to get to know everybody, Paulos. But one day has to come around where you get to know somebody.
But what is I'm still trying to figure out how that ties to to community.
It's the way we treat each other. I'll give you a better example. It's the way we treat each other and talk to each other now. I have my grandchildren, right? I teach my daughter, like, look, my wife has these same conversations with her. You see, my oldest, Robert, playing basketball. Met these other little boys right up the street. They out there playing basketball. All of them getting along. They're having a good time. My daughter, you need to go find out who those kids' mamas are.
Mm-hmm.
They, meet their parents. If they got daddies, call okay,
got no
granddad.
problem with that. Got no problem with that.
No, but we don't do that anymore. We don't do that.
What that got to do with the 14-year-old carrying a weapon? What does that have to do with the overall overarching point? What does that have to do with the overarching point that we're trying to make here?
I really got to go back to that. I'm just saying, mama and daddy. Okay, let's go back to that because I got to repeat myself. This is getting aggravated. Mom and daddy doing the best they can, right?
Fuck the best they can.
Hold on, you asked me a question. Let me answer. Let me answer the question, Pablo.
No, that is an excuse. That is an excuse. No,
bro. Did you just ask him a question? Did you not
answer the question? I don't even know what we having. Is this a conversation or this?
Stop making excuses. But go ahead.
You said no. I'm not making no excuse. You're talking about what does that have to do with it?
Yeah, parents raise your children.
Let me know when it's my turn.
Okay, parents raise your children. Go ahead.
If mom and daddy is going in, I ask you, do you think they knew he had the gun? Right? You said you don't know. I'm saying somebody should have intervened. Somebody see this kid doing something wrong. Somebody just turned a blind eye to it. But I'm saying we gotta stop turning a blind eye. Ain't nobody, man. You gonna
So you want me to do something his mom and daddy not doing? You want me to do something his mom and daddy not even doing?
Hold up, man.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. No, I want you. No, it's not that they're not doing.
No, hold up, man.
They just something that they didn't know you saw. No, but you see this kid. You see this kid in a position by you being in the profession. You like I said, you see it all the time.
But you know what? Sometimes you got to turn a blind eye. These little YNs out here is crazy. You think if I think of YN, I mean, I'm just saying. Some kids ain't
crazy. That's why they're crazy. You know, part of it, if you talk to any of them, and I'm sure Paulos has heard this, a lot of them think nobody cares.
But I'm not saying, but
nobody. The biggest thing you hear, if you ever just sit and talk to a group of young kids that's like that you deem a little bit of trouble, two things you're gonna hear: nobody listens to me, nobody cares. Am I wrong, Paulos? You're in the teaching profession. Am I wrong about that?
I don't know. Usually, I could tell the mothers and fathers are involved in it. So I can't say somebody told me nobody's here. So that's what I'm saying.
I said if you talk,
nobody's ever told me that. OG,
so
they've never told me that. I haven't come across that yet. I haven't come across that yet. Where they said nobody cares. I haven't come across that.
Gentlemen, y'all do realize that we're gonna have to do this again. Because we still didn't get to the point. We 2 hours in.
We still didn't. We gotta wrap this up. I just understand.
We still ain't got to our point. Gentlemen,
come on, let's close it out. I'm gonna start and y'all let me just get this off. I don't understand how I can expect and the community to do something that I didn't do. I didn't do myself. I'm just built that it is my responsibility, it is my duty, it is my job. And I can't expect anyone else to do what I didn't do. That's a hard concept for me to grasp.
I think you're missing my point. I ain't saying
no. I'm just saying, but that's what I'm saying. I can't move past that point because this is what I'm on. This is what I believe is the underlying issue with you. You can say our community with youth today. Parents raising their kids. I think that is the root. That is the foundation, the root, the cause of it all. If we get parents to raise their kids, most parents, because again, we can't save them all, but if you had 98% of people raising their kids, raising them, I'm saying just taking care of them, raising their kids, I think a lot of the issues that we're having in the community will be worked itself out. Because if you're raising your kids, you realize that, hey, yeah, sometimes I need to give that authority to that community member or that coach or that neighbor. That, hey, you're my representative. If I'm not here, I'm raising this child. They know you represent me. So therefore, you have authority that I have. So for me, it boils down to that. Everything that happens outside of that, we can't control how everybody reacts to them outside of that covering. So for me, that is my challenge, and that's a hill I guess I'm willing to
Can I
die
can
on.
I
Go
can
ahead.
I
Can
go
I say
next?
something? Can I say something,
Go
Vincent,
ahead,
before
Frank.
you
Go
go
ahead.
any further? And then I just want to talk to Paulos for a minute. Paulos, I think that you are an excellent person. I think you are. I think that you got something that you could really teach my son. Um, and I hope that he will listen to you. But goddamn, Paulos, I love you, bro. I love you. It ain't shit I won't do for you if you call me at the drop of a hat. God damn, bro. All right, Vincent, you can go ahead. I'm sorry.
All right. So I agree with you 100%, Carlos, about it starts in the household as the foundation, right? But every now and then, we'll come across a parent, maybe a single parent, maybe a couple, that didn't get the educational background we got. They've had children, right? And they trying. They don't know what you know. They don't know what I know. We might have a few nuggets we can drop off to them. Now, I'm talking about parent to parent, not what they doing with their child. They might be slipping a little bit with their child because somebody slipped with them. Who knows? We have no idea. But parent to parent, that's what I'm getting at. Like, I can see some mistakes that somebody, I'll give you a prime example. One conversation, and it's just all in conversation, whether Tori took my advice or didn't take my advice. Tori kid, Christian was young. And I don't know what happened, but he kicked him. You remember that conversation, Tori? I think Christian kicked you or something like that. And he was like, at what age, or trying to figure out, like, is it okay to whip his ass? He really wanted to whip his ass, but he felt like he was too little to whip his ass. And we're just having those conversations because my kid's older, than Christian. So I done had experience with him, and he's learning that. But see, if I just say, and I don't know, do whatever you feel, like, what kind of advice is that? And that's parent to parent. That's not Tori's a great father. I mean, his kids, the boy in UGA now. You know what I mean? So he
That's
did an
helping
excellent
somebody
job.
who want to help
But I'm just
themselves. GG. He came to you for help, and you
okay,
offered
but
to
okay.
him. I'm not saying refuse
Wait,
that. That's not.
Paulo. Wait, Paulo. The problem is, like you say, helping somebody who want that part we really don't know because I don't know whether he took my advice or not. My
He asked
advice
you.
is gonna be, and you already know, everybody on this panel know what I'm finna say. So whoop that ass.
Okay.
Some people don't believe in that. Some people don't feel. Now I can't say it didn't work. Whatever he did, it worked. Whatever I did, it worked. But I'm just saying, as sometimes in a community, parent to parent got to be able to communicate. Then parent child can get a little bit better. Like, it's still community. Sometimes people just need advice from others, or a little bit of direction, or just a little bit of support in what they're trying to do to make sure confirmation maybe. But
And
if you just
I
in
don't
your
disagree
household,
with none
we
of
got a
that.
lot of people in their household doing their own thing and they making a mess and have
But
no
that's
idea.
their. But that's. I'm not
That's
disagreeing
that.
with
Go
none
ahead.
you said,
Finish the
but
statement.
I'm
That's
not
the what?
disagreeing with what you said. If someone comes to you for advice, you give them the advice. If they want you support, ask you how you do, you give it to them. But you don't go into their household and just put it on them if they didn't ask for it. And if they don't come to you, it is not your responsibility what their outcome is.
It's not. It's true. It's not. And see, it's not your responsibility. I ain't gonna say it is. I ain't
Right.
gonna
So
say
if
it
they in
is.
there whooping them,
And and
they creating a
and
menace.
it's very difficult and it's very uncomfortable to invite yourself in somebody else's situation. It's uncomfortable. And I think that's the problem. That's part of the problem. We got to get to a point, or people in general, across the board, take race out of the fact. Sometimes you got to get uncomfortable
Very
and have
uncomfortable.
those uncomfortable conversations to get somewhere. But we so caught up in being comfortable. That's gonna take me out of my place. No, that ain't my place. No, that ain't my family. That ain't none of my business. How is it? How is your kid not my business if my kid and your kid interact every day?
But that's a different scenario. If they're coming to you, if you see somebody's raising their kid to be a menace, and you
No,
don't
you
want
ain't
your
gotta
kid to
be
become a
coming to
menace,
me. You
you
ain't coming to
do.
me. I'm
Listen,
giving you a scenario.
it's
I'm saying
unsolicited
you're not
advice.
coming to me asking me anything, but your kid and my kid interact every day. But I'm gonna say your child is not my business.
But if you don't ask for it, if they don't ask for it, Vincent, if I see you driving down the truck in your truck, I just come up to you, hey man, you put some lifters on this, you can do this and that. Now you didn't ask
That,
me for shit.
that
You
ain't
know
what
what I'm saying? You didn't.
I
But
said.
I'm just
My
saying, make the
child
same
and your
thing.
child interact every day, but your
You
kid
can't
is
tell
not my
them what to
business.
do with their kid, Vincent, if they don't want to. Just like you said, you offered the
So
advice to
I should tell
Corey.
my
Did he
son.
took it or
I tell
not?
my son, no, you can't. You need to stay away from him. Stay away
Yes,
from that
you
little boy.
can. If that's what you want, that's your child.
You could, you could, but that's your answer. That's your solution to that problem.
Solution. There's not a problem. What's the problem? Where's the problem? I'm trying to see where the problem is. You
Paulo,
there's
do
there's
you believe in community, or do you believe in single family households?
bro. I said community. Help those who want to help themselves. That's what I'm saying.
Okay,
If
but
my
do you
neighbor,
you do realize that some people gonna fall short and they need a little bit more attention than others?
if they ask for it, Frank, but if I can't force it on them, if
You
they
ain't you
if
ain't
they want
forcing
to,
on it. Do you offer it, or you
I
not
don't.
gonna
I
offer it?
offer when they're open to it, if they're
If they don't,
available
they
to
don't
it.
even ask. They don't even
That
ask. You
if
offer
they
it.
don't
Let them just
ask,
refuse. If they don't ask, you're
it is
not gonna
not
offer.
my job. I got how hard
I
it
didn't
is and
say
how
it.
much time it takes to raise your own children and other stuff. I don't put my
Yeah,
no.
it's uncomfortable.
I'm if y'all do that part, I'm gonna help. I told you I'm gonna help the people who want to help themselves, the people who want to come to me for my advice. I can't spin my wheels talking to brick walls and expelling my energies for people who don't want to help themselves, for people who don't want to grow, people who don't want to do better, for kids who don't want to do better. I can't do that. I'm
So
not
So
operating that way.
out of every situation and child you've done with, the child has always came to you for help. You've never reached out to the kid.
Reached out to
that,
kids. Not really. No, they come to me. Like I've coached kids.
how they know to
Kids
come to you
gravitate to
though?
me because
How,
I've coached them. I ain't just seeing a little badass kid on the street and I see a YN, I say pull him to the side. No, if I know his family, I've had him in their class, if I interact with him, then I make an assessment and I build a relationship with them. But I'm not for kids who want to.
so you
The
you
kid, the
selective.
kids who
You
want to, the
selective.
kid who want to come in here every day, like for class, he don't want to do no work. He won't put his hoodie on. He won't sit back there in the corner and not be disruptive. You stay there in the corner. I'm gonna help these kids up here who want to learn, who want to help, who say, "Hey, Mr. Barnes, who speak,
You
who
you
want to do
you
that."
you don't say excuse me. I don't know, Tyrone. What's going on with you today?
Yeah,
You don't
I
do
say,
it.
"Hey, you gonna do this?" Thing? Nah, Mr. Barnes, I ain't really gonna do that. Cool. Now I know we understand each other. I'm gonna
Damn,
present
And you
you
the
just
give up that
information
you
there.
give up that easy? Is that
Frank, do you
easy?
know? Yeah, you know how many kids? You have 100 kids. You want me to spend 80% of my time trying to save this, possibly save this one kid who's so far behind that he really
Yeah,
ain't trying to be here. He ain't trying to hear you. You
yeah,
do that.
yeah. I
What
want you to
about
do
the
that.
other? What about the 80 kids?
You already said the 80
80%.
got it. You said the other 80
No, I
got
didn't
it.
say they got it. I say they are open to it. They want to. They want it.
So
So you want me?
whatever happened to
I'm not
No
going to
Child Left Behind? That's
leave their
unrealistic.
asses behind.
Oh,
Some of them got to be left, Frank. Then y'all just when y'all turn the table on me, y'all said some of them got to be sacrificed. I bought into that. Some of them got to be left behind. Remember we had those
I
conversations.
agree, Paulo, but I'm saying,
Some
okay, at
gotta
what
die.
point do you make the decision that they ought to be left? Like you ain't even reached you as the
I
adult or the
am.
teacher, and
I,
that's what I'm saying. How do you extend the olive branch at all, or they
I
have
don't.
to come to you?
There's no olive branch to extend. There's no discord. When I go in there, I say, hey, this is the assignment for the day. Everybody write it down. You do this. I give them time. Week 1, this is due. Week 2, This is due. You know, after a week, okay, you haven't turned anything in. Hey, you got these missing assignments. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Okay. All right, can you get it to me on Monday? By week 2 or week 3, they haven't done nothing. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna keep asking them for 9 weeks.
Yep.
No,
Yep.
no. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm gonna work with the kids who turning in their work,
So
who may be struggling. Say, hey, Mr. Barnes, can you help me with this? Hey, they
Do
come
you
in.
have any of those? Do you have any of those kids where you've just reached out to their parent and be like, "Look, your kid fell into my
Well, first,
class."
no, first of all, I'm just a sub, remember. But there are some that
Man,
do that,
okay.
and I've identified some of those
I'm
kids
talking
that
about you. I'm talking about you, brother. I'm talking about
no,
you.
I
Do,
don't have that information yet because until next year, I don't
do
have
you
parent
okay?
information.
Once you do you see yourself doing that? Like kids struggling in your class, failing.
Yeah,
They
because
ain't
that's
coming.
part.
Wait. They let me give you the scenario. They're not really coming to you for help, right? They're struggling in your class. You see they just quiet. They just sit back, they
Mhm.
suffering in silence. Do you do you see yourself trying to reach out to that kid and reach out to that parent?
Yeah, absolutely,
You
because that
insert
would be part
yourself.
of my responsibility. Yes, as a teacher. Yeah, that would be part of my responsibility. But if I reach out to their parent don't respond, you send message, and
So
there are a lot of kids like this.
you feel that's only your responsibility because of the job title, because you're a teacher?
No, that I mean, as a teacher, that's part of teaching. I
No,
mean,
no,
yeah.
no, no, no. But I'm saying that's the only reason that's your responsibility because you are a teacher.
I mean, you can't separate the two. That's part of the job. That's part of responsibility as
So if you wasn't a teacher, you wouldn't do it at all.
if I wasn't a teacher, I wouldn't be involved with the students. That's part of teaching. That's you can't separate the two.
You
That's
you
part
you
of it.
you you follow where I'm going, Frank.
yeah.
You're trying to separate it from for something else. You said I wouldn't be involved with those kids if I wasn't in their classroom with them, Vincent.
Okay,
There's kids.
Paulo. Okay,
Yeah.
Paulos.
You
Okay.
you you referee you referee little league sports,
Yes, I do.
right? So you
My
come in
games this
contact with a
weekend.
lot of you come in contact with a lot of children.
Hmm.
You see a kid, typically they're all fine. Which do you feel like it's your responsibility in those scenarios?
Do I see a kid win?
Like reach out, something going on with the kid. I don't know. He just for whatever reason acting out of pocket today.
I would not know that because I'm moving game to game. I mean, if I see a kid on multiple occasions, it's a different dynamic. I'm an officiator. They playing the game. That's their coach's
Oh,
responsibility. I mean,
okay.
if I see a kid,
Okay,
I'm
man.
making
I
them
think you
making
know
a
where I'm
thing.
going. You
No, you're trying to separate
Okay,
something.
Vincent. Let, let
You're
me let
trying to
me
see if
let
there's
me
a
touch
moral.
let me touch you a little closer, then, Paulos. You
yeah,
know
you
my
know exactly what I'm trying to see. You
you
just said it. Go
That's
ahead.
not that's
let me
not a
touch you a
moral.
little close. Let me touch you a little close. You met my grandson, right?
Hmm.
All right. You had a conversation with my grandson. Um, my grandson is 12-year old, but he moved school wise as if he has the ability to be 15-year old. He
Okay.
is very, very smart, very, very intelligent. Um, but this is the problem. If I never told you, you wouldn't think that my grandson is a bathroom monster. He can't go to the bathroom by himself because he try to fight everybody in the goddamn bathroom. To the point I had to take him out that school. See, Vincent know the problems that I went through with my grandson. This motherfucker is super duper smart, super duper intelligent, but he want to fight the refrigerator. Paulos, my grandson, in his house, he has a mother and a father who is married. He has a grandmother and a grandfather. He has a great grandfather and a great grandmother. What the fuck is his problem, Vince? What is his problem? You telling me he ain't raised right? You telling me that
That's what that's a
like
good example. Perfect example.
I ain't said nothing.
I'm trying to understand where is you going with you blaming the parent. Which parent? You blaming the mama, daddy,
I,
the grandmama, granddaddy, the great grandmama, great granddaddy. Who you blaming the reason why he wanna fight the fucking refrigerator, but you give him any assignment in front of him? Hey, 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 hey. What is the
It's a
problem?
psychological thing that go on sometimes with people, and this with adults and children. Paulos, and I know I'm guilty of it. Me and Tori talked about it the other day with somebody else, and I'm sure everybody on here is guilty of it. Somebody can give you a message, and you be like, "Man, I ain't listening to that BS from him." Somebody else can give you that very same message, and it'll make every bit of sense. Same message, just different. It's just because of who it came from. I can talk to Mazion and get a different response sometimes than his mom and daddy can.
Yeah, very respectful.
I'm not in the family. I'm just outside, and I interject myself into those situations.
You have to, because somebody can get to him
I can't
when
say
other people
that's
can't.
Frank's grandson. That ain't none of my business.
Okay. What's your point?
My
No,
point
You
is,
do
I
go ahead,
that.
need.
man. Go
My
ahead.
point is,
You do that.
Paulos. My
I'm
point
gonna
is,
go with your other grandson, the one who's like, hey, I really
no,
want to learn about this. Yeah, you
Paulos.
do that.
I need you. I need you. I need you. He may need you. He may need what you got to offer. But if you decide to say fuck that shit, that's why it's so many YNs and LNs, bro.
No, I'm not the reason why
Because
it's
we,
YNs. I am
because
not the reason
we,
why it's
we
YNs. We're
ain't
not the reason
stepping
it's
up.
YNs. We're not the reason why it's YNs, Frank.
Yes,
When
it
I
is.
have those conversations, I'm telling you, that's where I get that information from them. Nobody listens. Nobody cares.
But that ain't that ain't the situation that you gonna get from Frank's grandson.
But I
So
can't reach Carlos. Maybe you can reach him better than me.
fine, if
Maybe
you
Vincent
reach
can
him to
reach
me,
him
but I'm
better
not
than
finna
me.
make if you bring him to me, if you bring him to me and say, hey, talk to my grandson, spend some time with him. Of course.
But Carlos, I ain't gonna do that though.
But then I will never talk to him.
But
I
see,
got other kids. I got other kids who want to talk to me.
do you see the potential in him, Carlos, when he was in your house, sitting
Of
in
course,
right there where you sitting at now?
of course.
And so
But
you
I
gonna
don't
let
know
him,
that
and you gonna let him slide.
Everybody
I'm not
don't
letting him
everybody
do
don't have
nothing,
that.
Frank.
Yeah,
How
everybody
am I
don't
letting
have
him?
that. Everybody
I
don't
don't
have that,
control your
Frank. Some
grandson and
people
who your grandson interact with. OG
some
Vince,
people
y'all are trying to paint me into this
No,
pigeonhole
no, no, no,
where
no, 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 no,
where
no.
you think that I don't care
Don't get
about the
offensive.
children
No, you
or
finna
Frank.
get
Y'all
us.
trying to paint me into this pigeonhole where y'all
No,
think that
no, no,
that
no, no.
okay. So what's your point? What's the
The
point?
point is everybody plays a part. He who much is given, much is expected.
And I give,
That's
Frank. That's what I'm saying. I give, and I give to the
you
kids who want.
selective. You selective who you give
Because
it to.
Frank, I can't give to people who don't want to take it. I can't. I'm not
Those the
gonna force
ones.
feed.
Those the ones that need it,
Good, that's
bro.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
that's for y'all.
The only
That's
thing
for
we're saying,
y'all.
you saying you can't give to those who don't want to take it. You feel
Who
like
don't
they
want
don't
it?
want to take it because they don't ask. That's
I
closed
wouldn't
mouths
know.
don't get fed.
I
Just
would not
because I
know.
don't ask you for something to eat does not mean I'm not
I
hungry.
would not. I would not know that, Vincent. If I'm not around you, I would not know that. I don't know.
Carlos,
I don't know that.
if a kid is in
Yeah, if you're not
pain and they
around, but I'm
hurt,
saying, Paulo,
they're not gonna
sometimes
talk.
we are around those people. I'm just saying, if you're not around, I get it. Yeah, you'd never know.
Yeah, I'm not
I'm
around those
saying
people.
if you're around them, if you're around the person and you do see them and you know, but they just don't ask, they don't say nothing. If I don't tell you I'm hungry, doesn't mean I'm not hungry. You see me, you know I haven't eaten. You gonna say, hey man, you need to eat something.
But that is not the same situation. You're talking about okay. If I see a kid, if look like when I'm in the class, the kids be like, I've had kids coming in, Mr. Barnes, I'm so hungry. I was like, how much is lunch? And I give them. But I'm not walking around soliciting and say, you look hungry. You look hungry. You look like you can eat a snack. You can look a snack. No, I'm not doing that, Vincent. I'm not. I'll be
What wrong with
dishonest.
you
I
raising your
didn't
hand and
say
say, "Hey, who hungry?"
I
You
ain't
know,
going to
for
the extreme
500
saying you
kids,
need to do that.
but I'm saying, Uncle Frank, all of them gonna say they hungry. If I say that, all 500 gonna say they hungry. I
Feed them.
come to the kids.
Feed them.
Nah, you feed 500 of them. Give me
I
your cash
will.
app. I'll
I
send them to
will.
you.
I will. I will. I
So
will.
that's what I'm saying, y'all. I helped oversee
But
I
all
if
them
get
I
it. I
schools.
think
feed,
we're going to the extremes with some of the points, but I just think I agree with you 100%. But it starts in the household, starts with mom and dad's the foundation of everything.
Yeah.
But I still think it takes a village.
me too.
I believe in that. That's just what I believe.
But you put more onus on the village. I feel like you
I
putting the
understand.
responsibility on the
No,
village
no, 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 no. You got it. No, no, no. I don't. No, I don't. No,
because
I don't.
you want me to do
No, I
something that
don't.
your mom and
I ain't
dad
gonna
didn't do.
say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I ain't gonna say mom and daddy sitting right there. They get to sit on his ass and I'll take over. No, I'm not saying that. I ain't saying that now. Don't get it twisted. I'm not saying that at all. But I'm saying I have no quarrels with helping out mom and daddy too.
But Vincent, do y'all do realize that's why the gang culture thrives in our communities because we'll sit around, mom and daddy will do the best they can, and because these kids idolize what they see and glorify from other people, they gravitate to that.
I would argue
So
that
Carlos,
most of those gang members don't have mama and daddy. I would argue that most gang members don't have mama and daddy. Not saying
I
that,
can't I
that
can't
some of them
I
don't.
can't speak on that at all because I don't I'm
I don't
sitting here
know.
trying to think. I don't knowingly know of anybody until Frank just said it. I didn't even know that. But I don't know nobody who's been gang affiliated like that. So I can't say. I just know I'll give you an example. I hear the story like with Charleston White. He was big time gang member. He had mom and dad.
No, he
He
didn't.
quick to tell you.
He was a single
Yes, he
mama.
did. Yes, he did.
No,
No,
no, no. He was a single
no,
mama. Look it up.
no. Charleston White's
His mama
daddy
had a
left.
good job. His dad wasn't
Yes,
there.
he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. I don't know if he left later on, but yeah, he grew up in a household with both of them. He left at a
Look it
certain
up.
point, but he
Look it up. We'll argue about
I'll
that
look
later.
it up. I'll look it up. Yeah.
All right. Oh, we supposed to be wrapping this up 30 minutes ago. OG, Triple OG,
I
Uncle
know
Lou.
we jumped way. I think we drifted way off topic.
That's what
Hey
happens when
man,
y'all go weeks without not talking to each other.
I'm trying to tell
OG,
you.
Lewis, you been quiet over there. Are we not letting you talk, or you just not
Hey, bro.
talking?
Hey, I'm just enjoying the conversation, my brother. I got things to say, but hey, all of us don't have to always talk. Hey, I
I think,
appreciate
and
y'all
I'm gonna just
conversation.
say this. Yeah, I think we all want the same things. It's just we got differences on how we supposed to get there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know
Mhm.
what, Paulos? I think some of us are better equipped with being politicians and some of us are better equipped with being soldiers. I think what makes a community work when everybody know their
You gotta
position.
have both. You
Yeah,
gotta
true.
have both.
you got
Yeah,
everybody got to know their position.
yeah.
Once everybody know their position, your race will quickly move forward.
I agree. Yeah.
So I like diplomacy. I like the
Paulos
fact
is
that
clearly a politician.
yes, clearly.
Somebody got to be.
Yeah, I'm talking about Vincent clearly, and me and you are
Somebody
clearly
got to
on
be.
the soldier side. Um,
Yeah, I get out there in the mud.
yeah,
Paulos is
I
gonna a politician. You can
yeah,
give me the direction where I'm going.
yeah,
Tell me where
yeah,
to
Yeah.
go.
I ain't got a problem with being the soldier.
But
Uh,
we gotta be a unit, regardless of what it is. We gotta be
whatever
a
position
unit
you
with a
play,
collective
yeah,
common goal.
yes,
That's my point.
yeah.
True. I agree.
You play your position, but we gotta have this common goal to reach a destination,
And gentlemen,
and we gotta do it together.
we got to get together to discuss the resolution on what we think can push everything forward. Hopefully, we can get together maybe one day this weekend because this thing is going to grow. I got all the faith in the world that this situation is going to get bigger, and we just need to be prepared to have these real situations that gonna happen. We need to talk about these real stories outside in the real world because this shit is about to knock on our door, gentlemen. We need to get in front of it.
Mhm.
So, Lewis, do your closing remark, then Tori, and we're gonna get out of here, gentlemen.
I want to got my closing remarks too. I know I've been talking a lot, but I gotta
Yes, sir.
close.
Yes, sir. Go ahead,
All
Long
right,
Boy.
man. Hey, man, I appreciate it. I enjoyed the conversation, man. Just listening to you guys. And I heard the one common word that I kept hearing over and over and over was community. Back in the days, guys, us growing up, our parents growing up, there was a community church. Now there's 10 churches within a 5 mile radius of every neighborhood. There is no community church anymore. You have 5 different ministers, preachers, reverends, bishops, whatever you want to label them, preaching different sermons every Sunday. Everybody on a different topic, different vision. So even the youngins that are in church that the mama are dragging to church, they are hearing this. But let's say they go to church the next week with their uncle or auntie or their grandmama or even with their cousin, they're hearing something totally different. So our leaders used to be our pastors. That used to be who we gravitated to, who we was able to go to and talk to and get advice from. If we wasn't, first and foremost, it was our parents. Let me back up. It was our parents, either our teachers and our ministers. All right. So, and again, I'm going back to what I said. As far as in our black community, there's only one living leader. Not saying that I follow him, or y'all should follow him, but Farrakhan is the last one. He's the last living real soldier that people really gravitate to and listen to. You may not believe in the Muslim word, but people listen to him. And I'll be honest with you, I'm one of them. I'm not saying that I always want to be. I want to be a Muslim, but I will listen to him. If I see a video of him or if I see him on TV, I'll just stop what I'm doing and I'll listen because the man makes sense in some subject matters. So again, I hear you, Uncle Frank. You said, how can we get together and figure this thing out? It's just it's home. It's home. We cannot depend on our teachers. We cannot depend on our ministers because sorry to say this, and if you want to put up that what you got real quick. Hey, some of our ministers, man, we all know some of them ain't right. You know, some of them have different agendas. When it even comes down to sexuality, when it comes to money, when it comes to just playing with people's minds and hearts and stuff. So yeah, I don't know, man.
That's a lot of great one.
All right. Um, Lewis, you put a couple of points. And I know you kept saying that word community. One of the problems I have, we don't have a community no more. Um, that's one of the arguments. Me and Vint had an argument probably maybe 6 months ago. We argued about, is it a community anymore? Um, I think when we had communities, we were stronger black. We were stronger as black. You ask, how can we fix all these problems? How can we fix, the white ends of the problem? Because the problem is, if we had a community, like we all discuss amongst ourselves, like, okay, I can say something to Vint kid, I can say something to Paulo's kid, because we know each other. But the problem is, we stay so far away from each other. We still not a community because we all live in our own different communities. Um, and I get what you're saying, Lewis, when you was talking about, everybody follow Farrakhan. Farrakhan has his ways, but I still think we have leaders out there. The problem is, and I know Frank said we need to have leaders, but the problem is everybody's not meant to be a leader. Sometimes you're gonna have to have a follower. Now the question is, are you being led in the right direction? Um, when I say now, what happened to our community, what happened to our leaders, I think social media is almost our leader now, because people now look at a lot of what's going on social media. That I see what he's doing. Even though that's all propaganda, people gonna want you to see what they want to see. Um, like look at our musicians. We got I remember back in the day, I was a big fan of New Edition. You know, I said, oh my God, these guys are making boo-hoos of money. You know what I'm saying? So I'm thinking they were doing great things for the community. But come to find out they were smoking drugs and doing everything else too. So that was behind the scenes. But with that being said, do we have leaders? I just say everybody can't be a leader, but it's okay to be a follower if you only lead the right way. That's all I got to say.
You can lead from behind too.
That's
All right.
almost like it's almost like you can leave with, but yeah,
You can lead from behind. Sometimes you don't have to have the title. You don't have to have the title of the leader all the
no,
time.
you're right about that.
And
And when I just want to make one more thing about when we were talking about saying something to people, kids. Like I find myself a lot, not even just taking care of other kids. I'm talking about in my own family. I mean, I have a large family. I might be the only child, but I have a large family. But I find myself a lot of time because my mom is old school. My mom is that type of mom, and Vince can testify. My mom, that mama, if you acting an ass, my mom gonna get on you. My mama, we almost want to hit you. But at my point, I had to hold my mama back a lot of times because there are parents out there that don't want you to say nothing to their kids. I'm talking about even in my own family, I can just see their reaction with certain things. Well, and I know you're gonna say, Vince, if your kids don't want to be saying nothing, keep them away from around you. But in family events, I actually can see the feel how some people don't want you to say nothing to their kids. Because I've seen some
yeah,
people get bad as hell, and they don't want you to say
yeah,
nothing to them. So, and I find myself a lot of time restraining my mom for not saying something. I'd be like, Mom, let it go. Don't say nothing to them. Because at the same time, I ain't trying to be fighting up at the family. You get what I'm saying? So, like you are right, Lewis. You can lead from behind. Because there's a lot of behind people. There's a lot of great writers that write great songs. We don't even know they writing the song. We just all we looking at the performer. So it's all smoke and mirrors. So that's all I got.
Take off,
yeah.
Vince.
All I wanted to say was too, I appreciate everybody, input and conversation and dialogue. And I know at one point, me and Paulos, we had totally different ends of the spectrum on how we feel about it. But one big key is to be able to communicate, have those communications, be able to talk about it, agree to disagree, and have respectful dialogue, and just, talk about it. That's the only way we're gonna grow. Find some kind of common ground, because that's what's gotta happen in order for you any kind of unity to take place. Find common ground and move on from there. But in order for you to get to that common ground, there's got to be some kind of dialogue and willingness to accept differences in opinions.
Well, gentlemen, I appreciate it. Mr. P, you got something you want to say?
Just I love and respect every one of you guys, and that don't change regardless of where
Hey,
our
man.
views are.
Again, everybody is different, and we respect each other' differences. And I love you guys, man. We're gonna get together again, and I'll talk to y'all later.
All right, bro.
All right.
Take it easy.
Later.